Good evening and welcome to Game Time on Your View. Tonight's high school game of the week comes to you from Chandler. We're the number one team in the open division rankings. The Chandler Wolves host the Perry Pumas. Hello everybody, Chris Harris here along with three-time Super Bowl champion and former Dallas Cowboy, Dale Hillestrate. Dale, tonight we have a rematch of the last two 6A state championship games with Perry and Chandler. The Wolves won both of those matchups, but emotions are always running high when these two premier region rivals get together.
It is, it's region time, so these games take on double importance. We get off to a start with a really good one tonight.
Now Perry is led by their head coach, Preston Jones. He started up this Pumas program 12 years ago and has built this into one of the top teams in the state.
You see the record there, 84-50, as you mentioned, the last couple state championships. A hard-driving guy. He's built this program into a program to be reckoned with, and it does have sustainability. Look for them to be around for many years.
Now the player who makes things go for Perry is senior Chubba Purdy. The quarterback is one of the top players in the state, is a threat not only with his arm, but his legs as well.
Yeah, he's a younger brother of Brock, and they both have different abilities, they both have different talents, but the number one thing is they're both good, and they're both winners. You can see the arm on Chubba Purdy here, can throw it all around the yard, really accurate. He can also take off with the ball, throw on the run, and he'll carry the ball every once in a while.
Now leading the way for Chandler's first-year head coach, Rick Garrettson. He takes over for Sean Aguano, who is now the ASU running backs coach. I'll tell you what, this Wolves team has not skipped a beat.
Yeah, he's a former offensive coordinator, so this program has been in place. They're 5-0. He hasn't lost a game yet. Out here pregame warm-ups, you see how many guys are out here and college athletes, so you just kind of continue to build and build.
Garrettson says this is the best defense he's seen during his 10 years at Chandler, and one of the players leading the way is senior free safety Gunnar Maldonado, a 3-year starter for the Wolves.
16th ranked player in the class of 2020 here in Arizona, committed to Northwestern, going to be all over the football field, didn't play defense till he was a sophomore, so you see the numbers there. He'll be on both sides of the football, which you don't see a whole lot here at Chandler High School.
All right, when we come back, we'll have the keys to tonight's game and the kickoff between the Perry Pumas and Chandler Wolves. You're watching Game Time on Your View, Arizona.
Game Time High School football coverage on Your View is sponsored by Arrowhead Honda. Arrowhead Honda is supporting our schools. You can find your car and buy online at arrowheadhonda.com. By Big O Tires, the team you trust. And by Valle Luna, proud supporter of scholar athletes in Arizona. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football teams from around the country on Game Time.
What is Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas? We are a true Arizona original, serving carefully prepared, authentic Sonoran-style cuisine since 1983. We are time-honored family recipes using only the freshest ingredients. Good fun, a family place, a gathering place. We are happy faces and happy hours. We are your new favorite neighborhood hangout. Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas.
If you think it's hot now, think again. We'll be shattering the century mark before you know it. And if your AC isn't ready for the summer, this year, you need to rethink your AC service. Whether you have an AC emergency, are experiencing hot rooms, or high utility bills, or your current system has seen its final days, Rias delivers guaranteed solutions. Call for your free home energy performance evaluation today. Rethink your home's comfort and energy efficiency with Rias, where they always say, it's hard to stop a train. Visit Rias.com.
And welcome back to Chandler High School as we get set for kickoff between the Chandler Wolves and Perry Pumas. Game Game Time on Your View, Arizona. Let's quickly go down to the sidelines and catch up with the third member of our team, Haley Stasiak. Haley?
Thanks, guys. This Perry defense is going to be pretty thin tonight. The Pumas are without 6 key players on the defensive side of the ball. One of those players is linebacker Cole Sabetta. He's been out since the first game with a hamstring injury. Head coach Preston Jones told me that Sabetta's been a pretty vocal leader for the Pumas on the sidelines, but they can't wait to get him back on the field here in a couple of weeks. Here's tonight's injury report brought to you by Phoenix Children's Hospital, nationally ranked, locally focused. Our injuries for the Pumas, joining Sabetta, defensive back Aaron Henry. He sustained a concussion against Cesar Chavez. Also with a concussion is defensive back Caden Miller. And cornerback Tracy Franklin has a broken ankle. He had surgery a couple weeks ago. There are no injuries for Chandler. Chris, Dale, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks so much, Haley. And Dale, if it wasn't hard enough already for Perry tonight, got some injuries here tonight, and let's go to the keys to the game.
Here are the Larry H. Miller keys to the game. Larry H. Miller, proud to support Arizona high school football, driven by you. Obviously, it's a rival game. Both teams are going to come in here. They're going to be flying around. Keep emotions in check. Don't want any silly pre-snap or post-whistle penalties. Be physical. Both teams want to be able to do that. And then both teams want to run the football.
Good look at Perry head coach Preston Jones. His Puma team a little shorthanded here tonight. But they will receive the opening kickoff, and we are underway. The big Premier Region opener for both teams. And how about the nice return there for Perry, Jordan Young, the senior. And you mentioned the big rivalry. These two schools just 9 miles apart. They have met 9 times, the Wolves winning every one. But check this out. 6 of 7 of Perry's losses last 3 years, all by the Wolves, and Chandler has knocked Perry out of the playoffs the last 3 years, the last 2 of them coming in the state championship game.
I've always been a proponent of having to win a game before it becomes a rivalry, but these two match up pretty well against each other. It's just Chandler finding a way to win the game at the end.
And I was talking to Chandler head coach Rick Garrettson about that rivalry part. He said, you know what, we didn't beat Hamilton forever, but it was still a rivalry game. As we take a look now at the Batteries Plus Bulbs starting lineups. Batteries Plus Bulbs, power up at your neighborhood Batteries Plus Bulbs or online at batteriesplus.com. Joe Purdy with the keeper, bouncing it to the right side, gets knocked out of bounds by Gunnar Maldonado, the 2 players we featured in our opening stand-up right there.
Chubba Purdy obviously gets a lot of acclaim for his ability. His brother Brock up at Iowa State off to a great start there. You see his numbers on the season, 6'3", 210-pound senior. As we talked about in the open, he's got a great arm, accurate, very mobile, and he can run with the football.
And those passing yards and TD passes both lead 6A this season. Purdy gets it out quickly to the receiver. Pickup of about 5. Bryce Holdridge hauling it in as we take a look at that Chandler defense that, as Rick Garrettson said, it is the best he has seen in his 10 years here at Chandler, giving up just 7.5 points per game.
You see that, yeah, 7.6 points per game, 17 sacks, 7 interceptions, athletes all over the field, and they will come up and hit you.
2nd and 5. Purdy looking for room. Does the smart thing and just gets rid of it. Tell you what, in that state championship game last year, Chandler just absolutely had their way with Chubba Purdy. Put so much pressure on him, and Purdy took a lot of hits in that state title game last year.
I don't think anybody's ever going to challenge his toughness, but obviously a lot more success when you're protected as a quarterback. As you mentioned, nice job there. Nobody open. Chandler covering all the receivers down the field. Try to buy a little extra time, rolling out to his right. Knew there was nobody open, threw the ball out of bounds, lived to fight 3rd down. Purdy
was sacked 10 times in that state title game last year by the Wolves. 3rd and 5 from their own 45. Purdy overthrows the intended receiver, Jordan Young. Falls incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th and 5.
Initial target covered. Pretty good protection by that offensive line. Kind of got out of the pocket a little bit quick. Ball a little bit high to Young, the 5'8", 160-pound senior.
And it is Gunnar Maldonado back to receive the punt for Chandler. And he returned a punt for a touchdown last week against Desert Ridge. Let this one bounce. Finally down in it for Perry is going to be the sophomore Cy Hatch. And here are the Batteries Plus Bulbs starting lineups. Batteries Plus Bulbs, power up at your neighborhood Batteries Plus Bulbs or online at batteriesplus.com.
Well, as good as that defense is, look at this offense, over 50 points per game on average. Very well balanced, 250 yards rushing, 259 yards through the air.
They are just stacked everywhere. Offense, defense, special teams. Mikey King in shotgun, hands it off. And that's going to be Day Hunter with the carry. As we take a look at Mikey Keene taking over starting quarterback for Jacob Conover. Conover was a 3-year starter for the Wolves, leading them to state titles, and now it's Mikey Key's turn.
83% completion percentage. I think he's done a really, really nice job.
Should accept that, right? 83%. Pass is complete. Right on cue. Bringing it is Eli Swope, the junior. Take a look at that Perry defense that Haley mentioned off the top. It's pretty dinged up right now. But Jackson Ford, the inside linebacker, he was questionable coming into tonight's game, but giving it a go. And Cy Hatch, leading tackler here for the Pumas. First down for Chandler. Ball at their own 48 after the catch by Swope. Day Hunter working that left side, cuts it back to the middle of the field, off to the races. Day Hunter still going. Touchdown, Chandler. Day Hunter with the 52-yard touchdown run, and Chandler strikes first.
Nice job by that offensive line. 3 starters out for Chandler. All of them got hurt in practice this week. But once Day Hunter breaks through that initial front line, it is difficult to bring him down. Ryan Short giving chase all the way down to the end zone. Hunter, 5'10", 195-pound senior, runs a 4.5 40.
Extra point, it is up, and it is good by Crew Peterman. Good look at the senior transfer from Denver, Colorado. And Hunter making his presence known here quickly for the Chandler Wolves. 52 yards in all. Day Hunter puts Chandler on top early in the first quarter. You're watching Game Time on Your View, Arizona.
Tonight's Game Time keys to the game are brought to you by Larry H. Miller Dealerships, proud to support Arizona high school football, driven by you.
Phoenix Children's Medical Moments.
Every patient that I see, they want to get back in the game. We are the leading group in the state that takes care of dedicated pediatric sports medicine patients. I get kids back to doing what they love to do. They want an advantage to get them back, whether that be a week sooner, a day sooner, a month sooner, whatever it is. Going to a place that is pediatric focused will give you that advantage.
No guts, no glory. There are no second chances. This is Monster Jam. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Tickets start at $15. Coming to State Farm Stadium October 5th. See it live and bring the whole family.
Each week, Valle Luna restaurants and cantinas are proud to honor 2 student athletes, one from each team, with the Valle Luna Scholar Athlete of the Game Award. Tonight's honorees are senior tight end Jay McEwen from Chandler and senior inside linebacker Jackson Ford from Perry. Jay carries a 3.8 GPA, participates in National Honor Society, and volunteers at his church. Jackson holds a 3.85 GPA, runs track, baseball, volunteers at Perry Youth Sports Camps, and participates in shop with a jock and is committed. Plays college ball at Princeton. Congrats to Jay and Jackson, 2 outstanding Scholar athletes. VIA Luna, proud supporters, Scholar athletes in Arizona. Good look right there. Day Hunter puts Chandler on the board for us as we look at the Wolves scoring drive, brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust. 3 plays, 68 yards, 2 minutes off the clock.
Day Hunter averaging a first down every time he carries the football. So is Nicholas Nesbitt, and they have Eli Sanders playing his first game tonight. He ran for almost 900 yards at Mountain Point last year, an embarrassment of riches for this Chandler football team.
Chandler averaging 9.5 yards per carry as a team. Kick fielded just short of the goal line by Young. Looking for a crease down the sidelines. Jordan Young showing that 4.40 speed. Giving the Pumas excellent field position. They'll have the ball at their own 41-yard line.
Coming into the game, you know if you're playing Chandler, you're going to have to put points on the board no matter how well your defense plays. Special teams can really help you with that good field position all the way out to the 41-yard line. Great place to start your second drive.
Jordan Young, his older brother Jalen, was the starting running back for Perry last season. Purdy in shotgun. He's going to keep it left side. Turns it upfield. Nice run there by Purdy. First down. And we got flags coming in.
I think they're going to get Williams Jr., number 2, coming in head first. 5'10", 180-pound junior, number 2 for Chandler. Kind of launching himself and leading with his head is what looked like from up here.
Personal foul is the call from Zach Erdman. Rest of the officials, Anthony Miller, Nick DePonte, Brian Hastings, Nick David, Nick Waring, and Brendan Ulatowski.
Here comes Purdy right into your living room, and he did hit him with his shoulder. Again, there's no instant replay in high school football. One more angle here. Always want to keep that head up to avoid neck injury. That's a player.
An extra 15 yards tacked on to the end of that Chubba Purdy run. Purdy finds the receiver Holdridge, who gets knocked down by the official. The umpire, big fella, Anthony Miller.
He didn't even budge. Hey, I tell you what, of all the officials' positions, that umpire that stands right where he is, there is so much happening in front of you. Nowhere to go, makes a nice clean tackle.
Did Miller, did you lower the shoulder into him a little bit?
You got to defend yourself. No flag on the play for unnecessary roughness.
2nd and 1. Handoff up the middle. Big run for Perry. Touchdown, Pumas. Number 31 for Perry. Ikena Nwanko for the touchdown.
His 3rd touchdown of the season, right up the middle. With nice read by Chubba Purdy. Inside that offensive line, left guard Stanley, center Lockhart, right guard Burley. Doing a great job opening up a hole for Nwanko to run.
Nwanko 23 yards for the score. Extra point is up and it is good. And we are tied at 7. Great job by Perry responding to the Wolves touchdown with one of their own.
They come right into your living room, see this hole right up the middle. Nice job by that offensive line. Straight ahead power run on Nwanko. Think about that drive. Great kickoff return. Start off with great field position, 15-yard penalty. Complete one pass and then the run, and we've got a tie. Ball game.
And that was one of the things you mentioned in the open, Dale, with Chandler's. Got to be careful with the penalties. They gave Perry a free 15 yards there as we take a look at Perry's Big O scoring drive. 3 plays, 59 yards, minute 16 off the clock. Capped off by Ikenna Nwanko's 23-yard touchdown run. And Ikenna has a twin brother, Obina, plays for the Pumas. Set to kick it off is Kyler McCarthy for Perry. Tied at 7. 3.5 minutes into this one. Fielding the kick and dropping to the ground there for Chandler. Number 35, Bubba Aquin. His older brother, Javen, played for the Wolves last season.
Well, we talked about the Perry injuries on defense. Offensive-wise for Chandler, they're missing 3 starting offensive linemen here tonight. They all got hurt this week in practice. Nothing serious, but they're going to miss tonight's game. So Ramirez is in for 2-2. Missing the center, Nair, who's forced in the middle. Mason Winkleman will replace him, and Micah Lutu, the right tackle, is out, replaced by Sione.
Following that revamped offensive line for Chandler is Eli Sanders, and we had him last year when he played for Mountain Point, Dale, and this guy is absolutely electric, and Chandler head coach Rick Garrettson was so excited to get him on the field. Sanders' first game of the season had to sit out the first 5 games due to the transfer rules, and look at Mikey Keene on the rollout, finds his receiver. What a beautiful looking ball, and it is complete to Keon Graves, the sophomore.
Well, I think that's the thing. If you're other Arizona high schools, it scares you to death. Is we got a bunch of sophomores and juniors out here on the field for this Chandler Wolf football team making plays.
Talking with Coach Garrettson, he said Mikey Keene, he is the best thrower on the run that Garrettson has coached during his time at Chandler. It's going to be a false start against Chandler, and it's a pretty impressive list of quarterbacks that have come through this Wolves program. You're talking about Brett Hundley, now at the Cardinals. You got Garrettson's son, Darryl, who played at Utah State, Oregon State. You got Bryce Perkins, now leading the way for the Virginia Cavaliers. You got Mason Moran, who went on to be a defensive back at Oregon State. And, of course, Jacob Conover, who will be playing at BYU when he gets done with his LDS mission. And a big run up the middle. Touchdown, Chandler. Eli Sanders, that dynamic playmaker, making his presence felt here for the Wolves.
Running right off of right guard, number 58, Nehemiah Magale, 6'2", 305-pound senior. Look at the hole open up here. See that explosion through the hole, and once these Chandler running backs get a head of steam behind him, you are not going to catch him.
42 yards for Eli Sanders. Peterman's extra point is good. 7:26 remaining first quarter. And that Chandler's quick strike offense gets it done once again. This time it's Eli Sanders from 42 yards out.
See that offensive line again. Magale, 305 pounds, physical. He can run, he's athletic. Look at that hole that opens up. Winkleman, the center, replacing Nair. Just a really nice job by that Chandler offensive line, and then you put those dynamic playmakers back there. Remember, Sanders was a sophomore last year, is when we saw him at Mountain Point. 134 carries, 878 yards, 9 touchdowns. Making himself fit right in here with the Chandler Wolves team in his first game back.
And he was a big track guy as well at Mountain Point. As a freshman, he ran the lead leg in the 4x100 state championship team for the Pride. Showing his wheels there. Chandler's had the ball twice. 2 big scoring runs for the Wolves. This ball's fielded at the goal line by Holdridge. He's able to get it out to about the 20-yard line. One of the big stories this week, Dale, was the unveiling of the Open Division rankings. And here's what went into those numbers. Every game, including out-of-state games, they count. Strength of schedule. Margin of victory capped at 14 points. And those top rankings, they were unveiled on Tuesday. And here's a look at them. Chandler sitting on top as expected. Then you got South Point from down south in at number 2, a 4A team. Then you got Hamilton, Pinnacle, Centennial. A lot of the familiar faces that we're used to seeing make deep runs into the postseason. We take a look at the rest of the top 10.
Well, everybody up in arms, wonder why Saguaro's down there at number 9, not in the top 8. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, pump the brakes. We're only halfway through the season. We've got 5 or 4 more games to play, and everything will sort itself out over the next month.
Yeah, there was certainly a panic button pushed when people saw that Tucson Saguaro was in there, but not Scottsdale Saguaro. And Purdy doing all he can to get away from that Chandler pressure, and he just gets rid of it. Penalty flag is down. With Chubba Purdy, he's just running for his life back there. Very similar to what we saw last year in the state championship game. And the penalty's going to be against Perry. Chubba just doing all he can to get rid of it.
Well, smart play instead of taking the sack run out of bounds. Flip the ball. I guess if he'd have kept the ball, it wouldn't have been pass interference.
First-year head coach for Chandler, Rick Erickson, and you got Preston Jones in his 12th season leading the Pumas. Preston Jones, his father, Jim Jones, won a pair of state titles at Red Mountain High School back in 2000 and 2001. Chubba lofts it high, pass is complete. Hauling it in for Perry is Cade Berger, the junior wide receiver.
What a nice job by Berger, concentrating, knowing he's going to take a hit. Purdy throws off balance here, fakes the pass outside, gets pressure in his face, has enough strength to get the ball down the field just in time to pick up the first down. When you have an arm like that, there's no down and distance you can't make up.
Gets the ball to the 32-yard line. And for Perry, number 44, Cade Wilson, junior. Preston Jones, he told us, you'll see a few different running backs out there tonight. Running back by committee for the Pumas. Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8. Throw on the slant to Holdridge, incomplete.
Bringing pressure right into Chubba Purdy's face. Talked with Steve Axman before the game, who's coached both Purdy quarterbacks, and asked him what the difference was. So, well, both of them, he's got a pretty stringent grading system. Both of them grade in the low 90s, which is about as good as you can do in his system. He thinks that Chubba might have a little bit stronger arm at this stage of his career.
Steve Axman, former head coach at NAU, former offensive coordinator at UCLA. Helped coach one of your buddies, Troy Aikman. Purdy taking a shot down the field, wide open as Berger gets behind the defense. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Perry. Purdy to Berger. The 66-yard touchdown. And Perry answers right back.
Berger just runs a go route. Chubba Purdy puts the ball right where he needs to. All starts with protection when you're playing this Chandler defense. If you can give your quarterback a little bit of time to throw the ball, there are places to to go with the football.
How about Cade Berger getting behind that Chandler defense? Showing some wheels. Taking it to the house. Extra point by McCarthy is up, and it is good, and we are tied at 14. Just under 6 minutes remaining here, opening quarter.
See that protection up front. Nice job picking up the blitz, allowing Purdy to throw the ball. Just runs right by number 42, Kyler Orr, the junior linebacker. A little pump fake. Puts some air under the ball and hits him in stride. Nice job racing into the end zone.
So Perry punted on their opening possession, and we've seen 4 straight touchdowns since then. As we take a look at Perry's scoring drive, brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust. 6 plays, 80 yards, minute and a half. Capped off by that man, Cade Berger's 66-yard grab and go. And for Berger, that's his 4th touchdown of the season. He came into tonight averaging 29 yards per catch.
Well, that's not going to help. That's not going to hurt his average at all.
No, it's not. Short kick. Brings it out to about 34-yard line. Chubba Purdy off to a nice start here. You mentioned his brother Brock. Look at the numbers from these two from the past 2 years. Brock 2 years ago when he was a senior. Chubba last year when he was a junior. Pretty impressive numbers from the brothers.
My goodness, and Brock Purdy lighting it up at Iowa State. Can't believe somebody didn't offer him before Iowa State did, but having a nice start to his career up there. Fun to watch. Chubba Purdy headed to Louisville.
We saw those passing yards and touchdown passes by Brock 2 years ago. Those were 6A single season state records. So that'll push Chandler 5 yards back. And again, the penalties, that's something that Rick Garrettson wanted to get cleaned up. They had 15 penalties in last week's win against Desert Ridge. By the way, last week, that was their first home game, September 27th. First 4 games of the season were on the road for the Wolves.
Well, a lot of teams, a lot of high school teams can't afford to get behind the chains. This Chandler offense is so explosive. It doesn't matter if it's first and 15, first and 20. They can move the chains from any down and distance.
Day Hunter carry there. Now it's Mikey Keene on the rollout, finding his receiver. Working that right side there, number 15, Eli Swope. 6'2", 220.
Nice tight end target. Got 2 really good tight ends. This one comes wide open, Swope does. Nice big target for your quarterback. You know, it's interesting in this offense, you have a running game coordinator, and that's Chris Chick. You got a passing game coordinator, Chad McCormick. They call a run and a pass play every down.
And that ball is almost intercepted as it goes through the hands of Keon Graves and into the hands of Cade Lacey, but the sophomore just couldn't quite hang on to it.
See this ball, it's thrown right into the hands, and Lacey kicking himself for having an opportunity to get the ball back to his offense. But each play is, there's a run and a pass called, and then they decide from there.
Keene, middle of the field, Graves holds it in, first down and more for Chandler. Big pickup there for Graves.
Remember, Graves is only a sophomore. Good protection up front, steps into the throw, little post pattern, in some traffic.
Pick up of 24 yards for Graves, and it's Sanders once again. Touchdown, Chandler. 19-yard touchdown run for Eli Sanders, his second of the game. And this Chandler Express just continues to roll on.
The run off the left side. Nice hole he bursts through. I love about all these Chandler running backs. They see a hole, they explode through it. You're not going to tackle them with an arm. Got to make sure you get a shoulder on them, and that's difficult to do.
Peterman's extra points up, and it is good. Good look at Sanders. And you think he's enjoying his first game of the year here since transferring over to Chandler?
Well, I think he got another year with him. See him sticking that left foot in the ground and getting upfield. Nice job by left side of that offensive line. Alexis Castro, the left tackle, 6'5", 290 pounds. Ramirez in for the 6'1", 300-pound sophomore, 2'2".
Sanders had a 42-yard touchdown run earlier. This time from 19 yards out. Let's take a look at the Big O Tires scoring drive. Just a little over a minute off the clock. Giving Chandler now the 21-14 lead. Arrowhead Honda is supporting our schools, and they want to support you with your next vehicle. Whether you're a graduate, football mom, or grandparent, they've got the car for you. Young on the return for Perry. It's knocked out of bounds right around the 20-yard line. Arrowhead Honda is supporting our schools, and they want to support you with your next vehicle. Whether you're a graduate, football mom, or grandparent, they've got the car for you. Contact Arrowhead Honda for amazing prices on new and used Civics, Accords, Pilots, CRVs, and the all-new Passport. Mention high school football or visit arrowheadhonda.com. Big O Tires is the team you trust. Get the Big O Tires experience at bigotires.com. So we had a punt on the opening possession of the game. Since then, 5 straight touchdowns. Boy, Purdy did all he could just to break away from that Chandler rush.
Well, I'm hoping that was a screen that they're trying to set up, because I don't think any of the offensive linemen touched one of the Chandler defensive linemen, and Purdy did a nice job almost getting back to the line of scrimmage.
See Purdy's numbers for tonight. ...109 yards, 66 of them on the touchdown pass to Cade Berger. Preston Jones, he knew his team had their hands full with the Wolves. Nice looking ball there by Purdy. Catch is made by the tight end, Brock Lane. Lane's got an offer from Georgetown, just picked up an offer from Penn this week.
Nice big target, 6'5", 230-pound senior, came into the game, 15 catches, 184 yards, 4 touchdowns, and you can tell why he's being recruited by the schools back east, a 3.95 GPA.
Something that you or I never came close to.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Oh, look at you. Purdy. Boy, what a great hit made there by Kentrell Williams. Stopping Perry.
Williams, a junior, 5'10", 180 pounds. I think he could complete the pass and pick up the first down. Came up a couple yards short. Nice sure tackle with his shoulder. Textbook tackle. Nice job by this Chandler defense getting off the football field.
Yeah, Williams, he's got a high IQ. He's got a nose for the ball. Big hitter. This past off season, he really changed his body. Got more cut. He's a lot faster this season.
Maybe I should talk to him and ask him what he did this past off season.
You were on the right path last season. You fell off the wagon.
Hard.
Penalty against Perry. delay a game is the call. Pushing back 5 yards. You're doing so well too, Dale. So good.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Give it all away. McCarthy, ball's going the wrong way if you're Perry. And Chandler's going to have excellent field position.
Well, that's, again, when you sit here and look at how are you going to beat Chandler if you're Perry, your defense has to play lights out, play above their head. Your special teams have got to contribute. And now that's 2 very short punts to give this potent Chandler offense a short field.
So the Wolves will take over from the Pumas 40-yard line. Chandler's had the ball 3 times. They've scored 3 touchdowns. There's going to be movement on the line for Chandler.
That's 3 pre-snap penalties. I think that one was going to be on Keon Graves. I think maybe the ball was going to come to him. He was a little bit excited, got an early start before the ball was snapped.
1st and 15. Keene takes a shot right side to Keon Graves. Beautiful looking ball by Mikey Keene, and Dale, you were right on. Play was called for Graves and just a little eager on the previous.
I think that they kept the same play on. Look at this ball, nice tight spiral. Look at the air underneath the ball. The only thing you'd hope is that Graves could keep his balance and stay in bounds, but what a great play by this Wolf offense.
Pickup of 41 on the play for Graves. Day Hunter. Pickup of a couple. Day Hunter, he's got offers from Wyoming, NAU, and South Dakota State.
It snows in every one of those places. Does Day like snow?
Well, he came from Denver. He transferred in here from Denver to Thomas Jefferson High School. Hunter with the carry. Not much room. That Perry defense stiffening up. Jackson Ford in on the tackle for Perry. Leads the team in tackles so far this season.
Nice job getting penetration. You see number 90, Edgerian Alex, 6'1", 245-pound senior, and a big body in the middle, 31 tackles on the season, getting the penetration.
Andre Mayberry getting in there as well. And we're going to have a timeout here by Chandler. Here's a nice little stat about the Chandler Wolves offense this year. Red zone, 38 of 39 this season, scoring when in the red zone. And this Chandler program, it's just been an absolute juggernaut the last 5 seasons. Take a look at some of these numbers, Dale, including the 25 straight wins against Arizona schools to go along with those state titles.
4 and 5 seasons, you see the overall record. See the girls and boys track championships, and boy, from 1949 to 2014, there's a little bit of a dry spell here football-wise.
Well, they've more than made up for it here last 5 years. 3rd and goal, Graves in motion. Keene finds the receiver, Eli Sanders. His 3rd touchdown of the quarter. Penalty flag comes in late. Sanders adds a touchdown catch to go along with his 2 scoring runs.
Just coming wide open down here on the goal line. You can run those. Offenses call them rub routes. Defenses call them pick routes.
So the personal foul against Perry. There's Keene wide open. Sanders, nobody near him.
Nobody in the screen, and penalty happened after that. Nice play call there by Chad McCormick, the passing game coordinator.
So with 52 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter, Chandler now leads 28-14. Wolves have had the ball 4 times, and they've scored all 4 times. And this man is getting a little bit of a workout here tonight.
I don't know if I'd want to be him here at Chandler. Get in shape, that's for sure.
He will get in shape, no doubt about it.
Interesting to see if he's the same guy doing it in the second half, or if they have more than one guy doing the push-ups.
You think he might tap out after the first half? Take a look at that Big O Tires scoring drive for Chandler. 4 plays, 40 yards, $1.19 off the clock. Eli Sanders with his 3rd touchdown of the night. Again, his first game here of the season. Transferred in from Mountain Point, had to sit out the first 5 games due to the transfer rules. And he has made his presence felt here already for the Wolves.
See where they're kicking off. The penalty, kind of surprised Chandler didn't maybe try an onside kick.
Why not? You're just kicking it off from the Perry 45-yard line. If you don't get it, not too much damage done.
Well, and you got to feel pressure if you're Preston Jones, want to stay in this football game. Chandler's offense on a roll. Their defense with the injuries struggling to slow them down. Your offense has to try to match them. You don't want to fall behind by 3 scores.
Well, that's been the problem for the last few years for Perry against Chandler. They've been able to put up some points on the board, but just not enough. Chubba pressured again, finds Berger. Still down the sidelines goes Berger. And how about Chubba Purdy? Feeling the pressure, scrambles out and finds Berger once again. Another big pickup for Perry.
What a nice job by Purdy. Watch the pressure coming from his left side. Pressure being put on there by Brandon Buckner. Berger having himself a first quarter to remember.
Pickup of 37 on the play. Chubba looking for the receiver. James finds him. Ball gets knocked free and then almost intercepted by Terry Bird.
They got to love the tenaciousness of Purdy, but sometimes you've got to be a little bit smarter. Very lucky that this ball was not intercepted. Great throw on his part, under pressure.
So it was Perry's. Xavier James was the receiver. Maldonado made the big hit. And then Bird almost got the interception. 2nd and 10. Purdy, quick toss, falls incomplete through the hands of Lane. Boy, Lane's a big target, 6'5", 230.
Well, it's one of those things, you're down by 2 scores now if you're Perry and Coach Preston Jones, and you score one time, you're within a score. I think sometimes these coaches, doesn't matter what level, you abandon the run way too early in a football game.
30 seconds remain, first quarter. It's been an absolute shootout here in the first 12 minutes. 3rd and 10. Berger in motion. Purdy's going to keep it. gets brought down short of the first down. So it'll bring up fourth down for the Pumas. Let's see if Preston Jones, he likes to let the clock run out here as we take another look. Purdy calls his own number, gets brought down short of the first down, and we are through the opening quarter here at Chandler High School. And it is the Wolves leading the Pumas 28-14 in the big Premier Region matchup. It'll be fourth down for Perry when we come back for the second quarter. You're watching Game Time on Your View, Arizona.
My name is Javier Cardenas. I'm the director of the Barrow Concussion and Brain Injury Center here at Barrow Neurological Institute. We're very fortunate to have a comprehensive team here at the Barrow Concussion and Brain Injury Center. We have a team of neuropsychologists who can analyze the thinking aspects. We have a psychiatrist who can address the mood problems. And we have neurologists to address those physical symptoms associated with concussion. We also have a team of therapists to address balance issues, vision issues, and thinking issues in a neurological rehabilitation format. If you suspect a concussion in your athlete on the field, immediately remove them. The message, when in doubt, sit them out. Second, it's never too early to go in and see a healthcare professional about this particular injury. Also, tell the teacher, tell others at the school. That way they know how to adapt to the issues that your student is having. For more information about concussion, visit barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion.
Shopping online takes all of the hassle out of buying a car. And thanks to our redesigned website, Larry H. Miller Dealerships has made online car shopping even easier. One click shows you every vehicle for sale in the state. Estimate your payments and find a plan that works for you. Learn everything about the vehicle with a Carfax vehicle history and get the real value for your trade. Then stop by the dealership and pick up your new vehicle. Say hello to the future of car shopping at Larry H. Miller Dealerships. Online at lhmauto.com. Driven by you.
Welcome back, everybody, to Chandler High School as we get set to start the second quarter between the Chandler Wolves and Perry Pumas. Chandler on top, 28-14. Time now for Jimmy John's delivery of the game. Jimmy John's Because Sandwich. Haley, who do you have?
Guys, I am down here with Perry football manager Trey Lane. Trey's brother Brock is actually making some big plays tonight for the Pumas. Trey is our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. He gets a $50 gift card to Jimmy John's. Trey, are you going to share this with your brother at all?
If he deserves it, and if so, he'll have to pay me some money.
Hey, I think that's fair. Hopefully, Brock can continue making more big plays for his little brother. The Pumas can pull out the win. Guys?
Thank you so much, Haley, and congratulations to Trey. He's trying to milk his brother for some cash, though, in order to get some of those Jimmy John's sandwiches. Trey, he's one of the team managers here for Perry, just a freshman. We'll get into his story in a little bit more detail later on in the broadcast. So it looks like Perry's going to go for it here to start the second quarter. Fourth down and 5. Ball spotted at the Chandler 38-yard line. Trips to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Purdy looks to the right. Pass is complete. First down for the Pumas, and who holds it in? Trey's brother, Brock Lane.
Well, he said he has to have a good game to take part in the
post-game Jimmy John's meal.
Yes, sir. Nice route, making sure you get past the sticks. You're going to have to come back to the football. You don't want to go to the sticks and come back and fall a yard short. Nice execution by Perry.
Nice play. Boy, great job defensively to break that up for Chandler. Travis Roberts just a sophomore.
Chubba Purdy really enjoys rolling to his right. You know, all these quarterback coaches and things like that, you got to throw on balance and you step here and you do that. And the number of throws that you get to make as a quarterback that are perfect form in a pocket with no pressure are very, very few. Chubba's mastered the art of being able to throw when he's moving right or left.
And especially against this Chandler defense, they continue to put the pressure on Purdy, who gets it away, fires a strike to Jordan Young. Another first down for the Pumas.
You can see that dynamic playmaking ability from Young. 160 pounds, 4'4", 40. And that ball's got to come out of there quick. Chandler continues to hit Chubba Purdy. Nice job by Young getting the first down.
So this Pumas offense continues to move the ball down the field. Jordan Young, a 3-year varsity performer at Perry. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 20. And now we're going to have a timeout called by Preston Jones.
Play clock is about to run out. Nice job by the Perry coaching staff realizing that, getting the timeout called. See Steve Axman there along with Preston Jones.
Well, there are certainly plenty of top players on the field here tonight, not only for Preston Jones, but Rick Garrettson. Chubba Purdy, number 8 ranked player in the state by 24/7. Malik Reed, outside linebacker for Chandler, he's committed to play his college ball at Wisconsin. Maldonado, he'll be heading off to Northwestern. And then Tate Romney, the outside linebacker for Chandler. He's got offers from Nebraska, Oregon, Utah, ASU, amongst others.
Romney, 47 tackles, leading this Chandler football team in that category.
Good look right there at Malik Reed. Big, physical, relentless. Guy can do it all for the Wolves. Coming out of the timeout by Perry. The handoff up the middle. With the carries, Nwanko had the touchdown in the first quarter from 23 yards out.
Well, he's 5'9", 195 pounds. He's a load when he lowers those shoulders. Chandler defenders feeling the impact.
Look at this, Dale. 4 receivers split to the right. And we got penalty flags before the snap. We've had a lot of penalty flags already tonight.
Looked like he said number 43, unsportsmanlike conduct. Don't know if we have a shot of that. Ball wasn't even snapped.
No. Chandler head coach Rick Garrettson cannot be happy as these penalties continue to pile up for the Wolves. And number 43 for Chandler, Zion Magale. Gets the ball to the 6-yard line for Perry. They try to keep pace here with Chandler. Purdy's going to keep it. Cuts it back inside, gets brought down just short of the goal line.
Purdy does it all for this football team. Obviously very comfortable running the football, 6'3", 210 pounds. Doesn't shy away from contact, runs well between the tackles. Going to lower his shoulders and try and gain another yard or two.
He is so fun to watch. Such a terrific athlete. Second and goal from the 2. Purdy's going to keep it. Touchdown, Perry. Chubba Purdy with his 10th touchdown rushing on the season. This one from 2 yards out.
And all of a sudden you're one score down after this nice drive. Finish it off with the touchdown. You fake the handoff. See a bunch of blue jerseys as Nwankwo gives you a little shove to make sure the ball gets over the goal line.
Perry offense, they're doing their part. His extra point, it's up and it's good. $9:12 remaining here in the first half. Perry's touchdown pulls the Pumas within 7. Purdy finishing it off. We'll be right back.
Tonight's Game Time starting lineups on Your View are brought to you by Batteries Plus Bulb Store. Power up at your neighborhood Batteries Plus Bulb Store or at batteriesplus.com.
Big O Tires and the D-backs have teamed up to keep you safe and deliver Major League fun. It's the Check Your Air, Score a Pair promotion. Stop into any participating Big O Tires for a free air pressure check, and you'll receive a voucher for 2 D-backs tickets to select games. Proper inflation improves tire performance, slows tire wear, saves gas, and gets you home safe. So remember, check your air, score a pair. Big O Tires and the D-backs, the teams you trust.
No guts, no glory. There are no second chances. This is Monster Jam. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Tickets start at $15. Coming to State Farm Stadium October 5th. See it live and bring the whole family.
Young athletes' bodies are a work in progress, and their care requires a different approach. Phoenix Children's Sports Medicine has nationally recognized physicians and therapists who get young athletes back to doing what they love fast. Make an appointment today. Visit phoenixchildrens.org. Rias Air Conditioning and Home Performance. It's time to rethink your AC company. Remember, it's hard to stop a train. You look at Chubba Purdy, flanked by Steve Axman on your right, Preston Jones on your left as they go over the Big O Tires scoring drive. 10 plays, 80 yards, 3:44 off the clock. Masterminds of that Pumas offense right there.
See, I don't know how I would feel as a player having those iPads down on the sideline. I mean, I know you know you're going to get yelled at tomorrow in film. I'm not so sure I want to get yelled at on the sideline. You can see your missed blocks and things of that nature in real time.
A little too much information, too fast.
Too much information. Well, let's see if this defense can make a stop against Chandler.
Well, they haven't been able to stop this guy right here, Eli Sanders. His first game of the year for the Wolves.
Boy, he looks smooth, doesn't he? 6 foot, 180 pounds, 185 pounds.
He's got that burst as well, showing that speed. 3 touchdowns already here tonight. 2 of them on the ground, 1 of them through the air. Talking to Chandler head coach Rick Garrettson, he was just giddy about getting Sanders back. And now it's Day-Day Hunter's turn. Still on his feet. Day-Day still on his feet. Hunter takes it to the house. 70 yards for the touchdown. And this Wolves offense just continues to roll. For Hunter, his second touchdown of the night.
A lot of young guys playing for Perry. Might be up to 5 sophomores playing tonight, but my goodness. Day-Day Hunter off right tackle. Ran through 3 or 4 arm tackles. Snap fumbled a little bit there by number 17, Daniel Navarez.
But it's the 70-yard touchdown run for the Chandler Wolves. They just continue to put points on the board.
Nice job downfield blocking. These wide receivers doing a nice job. Coached by Chad Carpenter.
Good look at Day Hunter right there. As we see the Big O Tire scoring drive. This guy is an absolute game changer. He's got the combination of power and breakaway speed, and I think we saw a little bit of both of them on that touchdown run there.
Well, it's an embarrassment of riches. If you're Rick Garrett's in this coaching staff, you have Day Hunter in there for a series, and now let's bring in Eli Sanders, Nicholas Nesbitt. This season carries the ball 35 times, almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaging 11.4 yards per carry. I mean, don't know if there's going to be enough carries for all these stud running backs.
Peterman with the kick. Holdridge on the return. He's going to get brought down by Max Matan. And you mentioned embarrassment of riches, the Chandler running backs, but you know, it's just part of the fraternity here with the Wolves. You look at the previous 3 seasons. Each year they've had a running back go for over 2,000 yards rushing and at least 32 touchdowns.
What's Drake Anderson doing? I mean, he's sloughing off, only 2,009 rushing yards, 32 touchdowns. What do you do, take a game off?
He brought down the curve, brought down the average. Brooks, he's over with the Cal Bears. Pass is complete to Holdridge. Drake Anderson at Northwestern actually had a touchdown for Northwestern last week, and then TJ Green is with Utah.
A lot of fun to see a lot of these Arizona kids going on to success at the next level.
Nice catch and run there by Holdridge. Purdy's in Call's own number, and there's absolutely nowhere to go. And Brandon Buckner, number 54, making the play. Only his 2nd game of the season. He missed the first 4 games. He had an ankle that he injured just before the season opener.
6'2", 245 pounds. He's been offered by ASU, Arizona, Oregon, Iowa State, Maryland, on and on and on.
Yeah, just a junior. He was actually the defensive end MVP at the opening Oakland Regional this past summer. So he is, without a doubt, on the radars of all the college coaches. Penalty against Perry. Buckner also, his father Brenson is the Oakland Raiders defensive line coach, played 12 years in the NFL.
Coach here with the Cardinals.
He did. Second down and 14 now for Perry. Purdy trying to buy himself some time, nowhere to go, just gets rid of it. Matthew McGrain, closest receiver to the ball.
Just wondering, I know it's a nice cool night out there. Boy, the weather's gotten nice here in Arizona.
It has.
But Chubba Purdy is running around a lot. Here's to see if he can keep this pace up through the second half.
Yeah, this is very similar to what we saw in the state championship game last year. You mentioned this being the region opener for both teams, Premier Region. So far this season as a group, 25-4 record this year. Saw the numbers of Chubba. Nice looking ball on a line to Holdridge for the first down. Great job by Chubba, rolling to his left, squaring up the shoulders, and delivering a strike.
Not a lot of high school quarterbacks can make this throw. You see high school quarterbacks rolling out to their right. Didn't even get his shoulders completely turned, but got enough on the football to complete the out pattern through where only his guy can catch it. You see the ball just explode out of Purdy's hands.
Purdy's going to keep it. Tackle is made by Kyler Orr. Now the state of Arizona, they've only been 2 players in the history that have passed for more than 4,000 yards and rushed for over 1,000 yards in the same season. The first one to do it was Luke Rubenzer from Saguaro back in 2013. The only other one to do it was Brock Purdy 2 years ago. And Chandler Purdy just might have an opportunity to do that here this season for the Pumas.
Careful that play clock down to 5.
Chubba finds the receiver, Berger. The ball is popped loose. Boy, Berger just took a shot.
A lot of traffic in the middle of the field. I mean, this over the linebacker. Put the helmet on the ball. See number 2, Williams, with the initial contact. Hope the Berger just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, Williams delivered a blow. Big hitter in that secondary for Chandler. Berger had a 66-yard touchdown catch in the opening quarter. Serving up authentic Sonoran-style Mexican food since 1983. Visit Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas. 3 locations around the valley. Valle Luna, proud supporter of scholar athletes in Arizona. And by the way, one of those locations at Ray and Dobson, about 2 miles away from here. Larry H. Miller is proud to support Arizona high school football, driven by you. Well, the Chandler cheerleaders have had plenty to be happy about here so far tonight. Their Wolves lead 34-21. 6:13 remaining first half. Third and 4. Pass is complete to Young. Is it enough for a first down? It is. That'll move the chains for Perry.
You watch Purdy throw the football, all different planes, different trajectories, different speeds. Ball always gets where it needs to go, and it gets there in a hurry.
Second year starting for Chubba. Played baseball. Was on the varsity as a sophomore. Gave that up to stick to football, showing his athleticism here. Still on his feet, Chubba Purdy. 6'3", 210. Tough to bring down.
Knocking defenders' helmets off. My goodness. Pressure. Chandler defender comes unblocked. Decides to keep it instead of throwing the ball away. Looks like he got tackled for a 1-yard gain, 3-yard gain, 5-yard gain, and tremendous job.
I think Chubba delivered more blows than Chandler's defense on that one. Looked like it was finally Kyler Orr able to come in and help take him down. Pickup of 8 by Purdy. He's going to keep it again. Pushing for a first down. See what the spot is.
Looks like he's held up just short, bringing up third down. Obviously, this is 4-down territory for the Perry Pumas. Perry's offense, they've had the strong side and quick side on their offensive line, not right and left.
3rd and 1. Purdy, intended receiver, was Grant Speaker, incomplete. Travis Roberts on the coverage.
Had a couple opportunities down the field now. Pass a little bit low from Purdy, brings up 4th down. I think you make that play call fully well understanding that you're going to go for it on 4th down.
Well, this is the longest span we've had without a score so far here tonight. And Perry's going to call a timeout before they snap it on 4th down. Preston Jones wants to talk things over. Chandler principal, Larry Rother, along with the Wolves mascot.
Yeah, both these schools on fall break this week, but still pretty good turnout.
Not only this week, but next week as well. They got it pretty good out here in the East Valley. Let's take a look at some of the Chandler notables. A couple of them we touched on earlier. Malik Reed, Wisconsin. Maldonado, the Northwestern. And then big number 76, Lingi Have, committed to BYU, just transferred in from Mesa High School. Tate Romney, I mentioned all of his big offers earlier, as well as Day Day and Buckner. How about Jaheim Brown-Taylor, another running back we haven't seen tonight, Dale. He's a track state champion here. And Keon Graves, just the sophomore. Already got some big offers, including ASU. 4th and 1. Handoff up the middle, first down for Perry. With the carry is Kobe Rome. That'll move the chains for the Pumas. And check that, that was Nathaniel Miles with the carry. We got 2 number 23s on the roster for Perry, and Nathaniel Miles, the running back, number 23.
They've got a few duplicate numbers, meaning that, guess what? You got a lot of football players on your team.
Yes. That was a good catch by you. Pick that up. They try Miles one more time up the middle. Kyler Orr in on the tackle. Orr is one of those juniors, middle linebacker, 6'1", 205. He is fast and he is relentless.
Well, I talked to their freshman and JV coaches before the game. They got dominant programs at that level, so these sophomores and juniors are going to match with them.
Purdy, complete, Young, touchdown, Perry. 19-yard scoring strike, Purdy to Young. And the Pumas pushing the pace, trying to keep up with Chandler.
Really hurting them with those quick post routes. Nice throw by Chuba Purdy. Jordan Young working on Gunnar Maldonado. Not your run-of-the-mill defensive back here in Arizona. Committed to Northwestern, as you mentioned, but had scholarship offers from ASU and Arizona, Iowa State.
Extra point is up, and it is good. 3:40 remaining here in the first half. Purdy to Jordan Young. Touchdown Pumas. They trail by 6. You're watching Game Time on Your View, Arizona.
Phoenix Children's Medical Moments.
Scoliosis is a curvature of the spine. With the magnitude of the surgery, you really get to know these families, and I've been doing it long enough where I've got kids bringing me their kids, which, you know, makes you feel really young. By the first day after surgery, we're getting them up and getting them walking. Fortunately, most kids that come into my office that truly have scoliosis never need surgery. The most rewarding part is when you've changed somebody's life for the better.
Here's what you've been waiting for. Arrowhead Honda's state-of-the-art showroom is now open. We're bigger, better, and ready to deal. Check out these offers.
Lease a 2019 Honda Civic LX Sedan CVT for just $89 a month, or a 2019 Honda CR-V LX two-wheel drive for $135 a month.
So come on down and check out our brand new showroom. Find your new car at Arrowhead Honda at Bell Road and the 101.
Parents learn the signs and symptoms of concussion at barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion. Power up at your neighborhood Batteries Plus bulb store or at batteriesplus.com. Get 15% off all automotive batteries online through the month of September. And it was Jalen Young with the 19-yard touchdown catch from Chubba Purdy. As we take a look at the Big O Tires Perry scoring drive, brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust. Look at that, Dale. 13 plays, 73 yards, 5:19 off the clock.
Over 5 minutes. Give that defense a little bit of rest, even though it's a cool night that we talked about. Been on the field a lot this first half, and both teams seem to score so quick. Defense doesn't get a whole lot of rest.
You know, Chandler's starting defense coming into tonight's game, the previous 4 games, they've given up 1 touchdown. Tonight here in the first half, they've given up 4 touchdowns. Short kick. Fair catch is made for Chandler by Isaiah Collison. So Preston Jones, he's pushing the right buttons offensively with Chubba Purdy, but gotta get the defense to make a stop or 2.
Talked about the talent that's on this Chandler football team right there. The quarterback, Mikey Keene, coming in the game. 83% of his passes end up with a completion. That's astounding.
Eli Sanders with the carry. First down and more for Sanders. Another big pickup by the junior. And going back to Mikey Keene, you mentioned that completion percentage, but he came in to tonight's game ranked 3rd in 6A for passing yards.
Really nice job by that offensive line getting out there, sealing the edge. Might have got away with a little bit of a hold on Cade Lacey.
Sanders again down the sidelines. Picks up a block from Jalen Richmond. But Eli Sanders showing that speed once again.
Almost the exact same thing. Many options on this play, but there's a hole like that just bursting right off the left tackle, Alexis Castro.
Pick up of 36 yards for Sanders. Pass is complete. Jay McEwen. He gets knocked down at about the 5-yard line.
Just so many weapons. can see where Chad Carpenter and Chris Chick could get into a few different arguments, say, let's run the ball. No, let's pass the ball. Let's pass the ball. No, let's run the ball. Well, they're both working.
Jay McCune, who's our scholar athlete of the game, also tonight, his 18th birthday. Day Hunter this time. Yeah, you talk about great teamwork, not only on the players, but the coaches as well. So much continuity with this staff. Rick Garrettson stepped up to become the head coach, but everybody else stayed on board. And you mentioned Chad Carpenter, Chris Chick do such a great job working this offense. So we got a timeout on the field.
Well, you think about the dominant programs here in the Valley. Chandler, Centennial, Saguaro. You talk to any of their head coaches, whether it's Jason Mon, Saguaro, Richard Taylor at Centennial, or Rick Garrettson, Sean Aguano here. One thing that they say, a big part of our success is we've had continuity in our coaching staffs. Most high schools aren't afforded that same opportunity.
Let's take a quick look at the 6A rankings. Chandler, Hamilton, 2 Premier Region teams. Then you got Pinnacle. Red Mountain, we had them a couple of weeks ago against Basha. Desert Vista, Dan Hines always does a great job there with the Thunder. Then you got Brophy. Jason Jewell taking over for the Broncos, has them at 6-0, Queen Creek. And then you've got the Perry Pumas at number 8. Keenan shotgun, pitches it to Sanders, cuts it back into the middle, touchdown Chandler. Eli Sanders with his 4th touchdown of the night, this one coming from 4 yards out. And we got some penalty flags flying in late. So Sanders, his 4th touchdown of the night. 3 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
Looks like it's probably going to be against Chandler.
So unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Wolves.
They called it on number, looked like it's called on number 58. Makes it look so easy. Just flips the ball out here. Ball's supposed to go outside. Oh, I see something back here, and just gonna glide. He carry his dinner to the table and not spill anything as he's running through defenders.
But in case he did spill something, I'm sure those offensive linemen would be there to clean things up for him. He is so smooth. Eli Sanders. What a great first game for him in the Chandler Wolves uniform. Transferred over from Mountain Point. And he is just another weapon for this Wolves offense.
Chandler to go for 2 after that missed extra point on their last touchdown.
So Keene's going to go under center. Pitches it to Hunter, and he's got plenty of room on that left side. Day Hunter takes it in for the 2-point conversion. The Wolves now lead 42-28. Take a look now at the Chandler scoring drive, brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust. 5 plays, 68 yards, 125 off the clock.
Yes, sir, Jay. Yes, sir.
They have scored each and every time they've had the ball.
Well, there's still 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. Has Chandler even had a third down tonight?
Not that I can recall.
What an explosive offense. And remember, we talked about it there at the beginning. 3 of their starting offensive linemen not playing tonight. Got hurt this week in practice.
It's amazing how deep they are. As we just saw, Chandler assistant coach Colin Bottrell coaches up the special teams and tight ends. Sending out last instructions for the guys before heading on out. There's a good look at Colin Bottrell. Another man has been a part of this Chandler program for many years. Does a great job with the Wolves.
Yeah, see, the officials called it against Perry, but that unsportsmanlike conduct was against Chandler. Going to give Perry an opportunity to have really good field position with 2 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Peterman kicks it away. Ball's fielded at the 24-yard line by Holdridge. Nice return here by Holdridge. Perry's gonna have great field position. The game time delivery of the game is brought to you by Mitchell Management's Jimmy John's. Whether ordering just one sandwich or catering your entire game time viewing party, Jimmy John's has freaky fast delivery. Jimmy John's, because sandwich.
Well, even though Red Mountain has no timeouts, 2 minutes, 8 seconds left here in the first half. Remember, in high school, you go out of bounds, the clock stops, pick up a first down, the clock stops, obviously an incomplete pass.
Well, it's been a great first half offensively for Perry. They got 28 points on the board. They came in averaging 43.5 points on the season. This pass goes incomplete. Like a little miscommunication there between Purdy and Young.
Yeah, I think the Young saying, "Why are you throwing me into that coverage?" He was open for a little curl route at about 4 or 5 yards. Purdy threw it about 7 or 8 right into danger's way.
Wanted no part of that. Can't blame him.
Watch this back.
We got movement on the line before the snap.
Get out.
Offsides against Chandler. Joseph Hoyt, guilty party. Well, if there's one thing that Rick Garrettson wants cleaned up for this Chandler team moving forward, it's going to be the penalties. Second down and 5. Purdy off balance, lofts it up high, middle of the field, almost intercepted. Get his hands on the ball, but not able to haul it in. Looked to be Kentrell Williams.
Looks like Perry's having trouble with the snap count. Left tackle gets off the ball a little bit late. That's number 64, Andrew Mason, the junior. And then Purdy gets away with a poor decision there, just throwing the ball up for grabs.
So it's third down and 5, just under 2 minutes remaining here, first half. Purdy's going to roll out to the right, try to buy himself some time. Jordan Young, intended receiver, but he was well covered.
Well, again, I'm not so sure about the. If I'd attacked this drive the way that Perry has attacked the drive, now they're deciding whether they're going to go for it here at midfield, and if they go for it and don't get it, minute and 53, Chandler might be able to score twice.
That is plenty of time for Chandler to put points on the board. Here we go, fourth down and 5 for the Pumas. They have the ball at their own 48-yard line. 4 seconds, 3 seconds remaining in the play clock, and Perry head coach Preston Jones elects to call his third and final timeout here of the half.
Yeah, they took the penalty, delay a game. I think they're out of timeouts and going to move the ball back 5 yards, and their punting game hasn't been the strength of this team here in the first half.
So McCarthy to punt it away for Perry. And that goes off the side of his foot. Tough break there for the Pumas. May as well just gone for it if you knew that was going to happen.
Well, again, I think if this coaching staff looks back at a series and this game, and obviously, you know, it's difficult to stop this offense, but Chandler with the opportunity to score another touchdown here before the half. When Perry's at their best, they're mixing in the run a little bit, sprinkling that in. They did not do it on that drive.
So the Wolves now have the ball at midfield. Day Hunter knocking over defenders, still on his feet. Day Hunter running through the Perry defense. And it's going to be a pickup of 32 yards for Hunter.
Both these running backs make it look so easy. You're not going to arm tackle them. Got some pretty decent tacklers on that Perry defense, just not able to get them on the ground.
Another big run for Chandler. And this time it's Sanders. Pick your poison. Do Day, now it's going to be Sanders' turn. Behind that big offensive line.
Remember, they haven't thrown the ball on this drive yet. There's still over a minute left.
Keene goes shotgun. Hand off Sanders again. Gets knocked out of bounds. And Chandler elects to call a timeout with 44 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Be interesting to see this Chandler offense when they get those 3 first-team offensive linemen back. As you mentioned, Eli Sanders joining them for the first time tonight. Between him and Day Hunter.
Nicholas Nesbitt.
I haven't called his name. There's just so many places to go with the football on this offense.
And oh, by the way, as you've mentioned, they got a quarterback who's completing 83% of his passes. So when they do elect to go through the air, they got that going for them.
Well, and obviously the 83% is incredible. 11 touchdowns coming into the game versus 2 interceptions. They're not turning the ball over. Hard to beat you when you don't turn the ball over and you complete over 80% of your passes.
Mikey Keene's already got an offer from NAU. He's got a 4.6 GPA in the classroom. There's a lot to like about the junior quarterback. His first year leading the Chandler program. Gonna have the timeout. Keene rolling out to the right, fires, touchdown Wolves! Jalen Richmond hauls it in. And for Richmond, his 5th touchdown catch of the season. This one from 7 yards out.
6'1", 175 pounds. Richmond made that look easy. He's their go-to wide receiver. Had a great summer for this Chandler football team.
Peterman's extra point, it's up and it is good.
You see the elusiveness of Keene here as pressure was put on by Stephen Kennedy. Can only cover those guys for so long. Nice job being elusive and giving your receiver a chance to catch the ball in the end zone.
And again, Mikey Keene is the best thrower on the run that Rick Garrettson has coached during his time here at Chandler, showing it right there. This time it's Keene finding Richmond for the score. Long, athletic, and he can block as well. As we take a look at the Big O Tires scoring drive, 4 plays, 50 yards, minute 10 off the clock. And that's one thing about these Chandler wide receivers. If you don't block, you don't play. And that's coming from Chad Carpenter. Not only are they pass catchers, but they are physical as well. Holdridge with the return here from Perry. Well, this week on Your Review's High School Football Recruiting Podcast, Over the Middle, Kirk Ferentz has done it again with 4 straight recruiting classes in the 40s. The Iowa Hawkeyes are ranked in the top 15, heading into a monster matchup against number 19 Michigan. What's the secret to Iowa's success? We turn to ESPN's Tom Van Haren for answers. Tom also discusses whether recruits are still all aboard the Jim Harbaugh Recruiting Express. Plus, we preview the great slate of games this week on Your View, including the big matchups in Oklahoma and right here in Arizona. All that and more on this week's episode of Over the Middle. And it looks like Perry's going to take a knee and run out the clock here. And just as I say that, they run a little trick play. Jordan Young trying to make something happen, but Chandler's defense was ready. Justin Jones giving a quick little smile. What the heck? Give it a try. Pickup of 6 on the play.
So now as the Chandler defensive lineman, and you're going to act like you're taking a knee, come across and try and knock your block off. Don't look like they're going to take a knee, though.
So Chuba goes in shotgun. He's going to run it. Gets himself out of bounds. Clock stops with 17 seconds remaining here in the first half.
I'm at a loss for words. What are you going to put your star quarterback in harm's way like that to run off tackle? 17 seconds left. You're either going to try and score and throw the ball down the field or take a knee and go in at halftime. Looks really unorganized out there for Perry, man.
Chuba's going to go in shotgun once again. Pass falls incomplete in the direction of Grant Speaker. Still 13 seconds remain. Chuba Purdy going to be playing his college ball at Louisville next year. And by the way, is it Louisville or Louisville?
Depends on if you live there, kind of like Prescott. It's Dak Prescott. It's Prescott, Arizona.
Gotcha. Brock Lane with the catch there. Nine seconds remain. Our stage manager, Beth Bachman, joins the conversation. Lou Louisville, what she's going with. She's from the Midwest, so she might have better intel than you and I.
There's no W in there.
Holdridge with the catch. First down, clock stops to move the chains. elects to let the clock run out. And it is halftime here at Chandler High School. And it is the #1 ranked team in the state, the Chandler Wolves. They lead the Perry Pumas by a score of 49-28. And it's that man right there, Eli Sanders, a big first half, 4 touchdowns. And Haley standing by with Eli's head coach, Rick Garrettson.
Coach, you're seeing the first game action from running back Eli Sanders for the Wolves. What have you seen out of him that's just really impressed you?
Running for a lot of yards.
How about this Perry offense, them able to make a couple plays here in this first half? What's going to be the key to keeping them at bay in the second half?
Our defense needs to start getting some discipline.
All right, guys, back to you. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you so much, Haley. Rick Garrettson, all business here at halftime. His Wolves lead by a score of 49-28. Step aside for a quick break. Plenty to come at halftime. Wolves on top, 49-28. You're watching Game Time on Your View, Arizona.
Game Time High School football coverage on Your View is sponsored by Larry H. Miller Dealerships, proud to support Arizona high school football, driven by you. Rias, it's time to rethink your AC company. By Jimmy John's Gourmet Sandwiches, because sandwich. And by Phoenix Children's, nationally ranked, locally focused. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time.
Busy. That's life for you. So while you get to it, we're going nonstop to keep you running. No running around. For new key fobs, plus your neighborhood's largest selection of batteries plus bulbs. Plus, if your phone needs fixing, we do that too. Know how? Right now. That's our specialty. Power up at your local Batteries Plus bulb store or at batteriesplus.com for all your power needs. Yes, all of them.
I'm Jeffrey Phillips of Phillips Law Group. More than 20 years ago, I lost my mother due to someone else's negligence. I was in shock and wanted to make sure this situation didn't happen to someone else. My family hired a lawyer to seek justice, and that sparked my interest in helping injured people. Now, many years later, my Arizona law firms have helped more than 155,000 clients recover hundreds of millions of dollars. Phillips Law Group, 602-222-2222.
Monster Jam, where it's winner takes all. There are no second chances, no guts, no glory. See Gravedigger, Megalodon, and more compete for the championship. Experience adrenaline-charged family entertainment. This is Monster Jam. Presented by official partners America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses and BKT Tires. Tickets start at $15. Coming to State Farm Stadium October 5th. Lock in your seats today.
Game Time Halftime is brought to you by Barrows. Parents, learn the signs and symptoms of concussion at barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time. You're watching Game Time on Your View. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out yourview.com.
My name is Laura Snyder. I'm a neurosurgeon at Barrow Neurological Institute. I'm also the director of neurotrauma at Barrow Neurological Institute. My day-to-day is seeing patients both in the ER and in clinic, and then 2 to 3 days a week I'll also perform surgeries. I'm involved in seeing patients who come in with concussions, who also come in with head and cervical spine injuries. Yeah, so usually patients with a concussion have this loss of consciousness, and then they might not remember something around the time when they lost consciousness. But patients who may start to feel more tired, or they start talking funny, they may have some slurred speech, or if they're having nausea or vomiting, those are the patients that we want to come in the emergency room to make sure there's not something else going on. Second impact syndrome is a terminology for athletes specifically and for concussion patients in general where they've had some sort of head trauma. So maybe they hit their head while they were doing a tackle in football, or someone's fallen off their bike and hit their head. We really try to keep those patients away from playing, usually in the first couple of weeks, just because if they suffer another head trauma, they can have worse consequences the second time around. So your brain has its own ways of regulating the amount of fluid that's in it, the amount of nutrients going to the neurons in your brain itself. So that is disrupted by any sort of head injury. But usually it self-corrects over time. But if you have a second injury in too short of a time period, it doesn't really get the chance to catch up, and all those auto-regulation mechanisms can't fully kick in. So when patients have two head injuries too close together, that's when often they will start getting nausea and vomiting and some of those red flags sooner than they would for a normal head injury. I was a student athlete. I think it's really important. I think it's really a wonderful thing to be a student athlete and work hard, push yourself hard, play hard, but take care of yourself. You need your brain for the long term and for the rest of your life as well. The brain is a really amazing structure. It's really important for who we are. So injury to that is really devastating for a person, and so I love to help treat patients who have those types of injuries to get them back on their feet. I think Barrow Neurological Institute really pushes advancements in both research as well as clinical care. So I'm really happy that I did my training there and that I've been able to stay on as faculty. I encourage athletes as well as their parents to go to barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion.
Busy. That's life for you. So while you get to it, we're going nonstop to keep you running. No running around. For new key fobs, plus your neighborhood's largest selection of batteries plus bulbs. Plus, if your phone needs fixing, we do that too. Know how? Right now. That's our specialty. Power up at your local Batteries Plus bulb store or at batteriesplus.com for all your power needs. Yes, all of them.
Are you ready for all the football, all the time, in a season that never ends? Well, these 6 planes are ready. This grandpa's ready. The fans are ready. The teams are ready. Are you ready?
Sands fans, time is running out to submit your story and enter for a chance to win a new car. Tell us why you're a Sands fan at sandsfan.com today.
This is our National Football Foundation and College Football Hall of Fame Valley of the Sun chapter.
We honor scholar athletes from northern and central Arizona, 188 high schools, and the 6 colleges are represented here.
Ultimately the cream of the crop from an athletic perspective, but in the classroom they're also number 1, number 2 in their class. They're the valedictorian, they're also student council presidents, and these guys are out there in the communities doing just as much as they are on the field as they are in the classroom as well. So it's a pretty even split. They're pretty remarkable young men.
It's a huge honor to just be even mentioned by the NFF. A lot of great players in the state of Arizona, great in the classroom, great on the field, so it's a huge honor.
I think if we can continue to show that we have these great events where we're honoring all of these great kids, we can hopefully expand and offer more help in the future.
No guts, no glory. There are no second chances. This is Monster Jam. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Tickets start at $15. Coming to State Farm Stadium October 5th. See it live and bring the whole family.
Welcome to the Barrow Neurological Institute halftime show. Parents, learn the signs and symptoms of concussion at barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion. Out here at Chandler High School, the Wolves are leading the Perry Pumas 49-28 at the half. Getting it done for the Wolves offense is Eli Sanders. He's got 4 total touchdowns, 3 on the ground and 1 receiving. We're sure to see a lot more out of him in the second half. Let's take a look at the top games in the state of Arizona. Castile versus Higley. Castile saw their 4-game win streak come to an end last week against Williamsfield, while Higley now has won 4 straight after losing their first 2 this season. South Point Catholic versus Saguaro. Both teams are undefeated, but only the Lancers have running back Bijan Robinson, who has been pretty much unstoppable all season long. Saguaro versus Desert Edge. Saguaro begins its march to the Open Division playoffs, but will have to dodge a Desert Edge squad who can move the ball through the air with sophomore quarterback Adrian Lara, who is second in the state in passing yards. Brophy Prep versus Hamilton. This is a good one. 2 teams who have surged back into the championship hunt after down years in 2018. Brophy first-year head coach Jason Jewell knows that the competition gets tougher from now on, and it starts this week against a real good Husky team. Here are this week's Phillips Law Group primetime players. When you're injured in an accident, call the Phillips Law Group at 602-222-2222. Trey Smith out of Red Mountain High School. On our Your View game of the week last Friday, Trey recorded 7 tackles, 6 of them for losses, to bring his season total to 10 sacks, tied for best in the state. Jacobs 133 all-purpose yards in the Jaguars' loss to Perry. He had 186 yards rushing with 3 touchdowns, caught 12 passes for 157 yards and 2 touchdowns, and had 190 yards in kick returns. Bijan Robinson out of South Point. We talk about him every week. Bijan ran 8 times for 282 yards and 4 touchdowns in the Lancers' win over Tucson last week. Robinson is 366 yards from breaking the state's big school mark held by Marcus Thomas of Tolson. He's averaging 25.5 yards per carry this season and has 17 rushing touchdowns in 4 games. Tyson Grubbs of Desert Vista. Tyson ran for 148 yards and returned a kickoff 99 yards for a score as the Thunder outlasted the Highland Hawks 42-41. And a special mention goes out to Centennial head coach Richard Taylor, who got his 300th win against Millennium last Friday. Now, earlier today, Chris caught up with one of our sponsors from Batteries Plus.
We are pleased to have one of our great sponsors here with us tonight, Steve Mastern from Batteries Plus Bulbs. Steve, thanks for stopping on by.
Thank you very much. I'm really excited for this, so yeah.
Now, you guys have been around since 1988, Batteries Plus Bulbs. Talk about the franchise here in Arizona and the impact it's had.
Yeah, they started in Wisconsin back in 1988, and when they opened up as franchise, we opened our first store in 1996, actually here in Chandler. And we've been around, if you can imagine how weird that was with automotive batteries, a cordless phone. You know, there's no cell phones, laptops, anything like that. It was a niche, very strange thing back then, but yeah.
Now, most people obviously associate Batteries Plus Bulbs with batteries, but you guys are so much more than that. Talk about all the other things you guys got going on.
Yeah, as the world's changed, you know, we became a very service-oriented thing. So we do replacement of cell phone batteries. We replace screens in them. We even cut keys and program key fobs nowadays. So it really became a service-oriented world, and we just grew with that. We have a lot of certified techs that can do that type of stuff for you and that work for you.
Now, that said, batteries are your specialty, but one of the great services you provide is location battery service. Touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, so a lot of people walk in and like, oh, I didn't know you carry car batteries. Well, not only that, but we can deliver to you and install. You know, you break down at the grocery store, some worst case scenario, or late to work or something like that, you can give us a call, and usually within an hour, we're out there to install that battery for you.
That is impressive and very helpful, to say the least. Now, Batteries Plus Bulbs, you guys also are able to locate some of the not so easy batteries to find. Touch on some of that inventory you guys have.
That's my fun part. So we have everything from teeny tiny little watch batteries all the way to big school bus batteries, but even in between. We do drill batteries and really unique, odd stuff. It's so fun to have somebody walk in with an antique battery from a 6-volt old Harley Davidson, and we can rebuild that in our tech center. So we manufacture new batteries. If you ever walk into our Chandler store, we have a shelf that's just full of antique batteries. It's really neat to look at, yeah.
So you mentioned the Chandler store. You guys have 12 locations throughout Phoenix. Touch on other parts of the valley you guys can be found.
Yeah, we've got locations in Chandler, Tempe, 2 in Gilbert, Mesa, multiple ones in Phoenix, even all the way out in Surprise, Avondale, and Glendale. We have 12 stores. It makes it really convenient. We're right there for you, yeah.
Now, you actually have a connection here for tonight's game. and you brought your niece along with you. Step on into the shot.
When I told her I was doing
what's
this,
what's the connection
my
here?
My niece Dinah is a sophomore at Perry High School, so she's going to be go Pumas, but I went to prom here back in '98, so I'm going to be go Wolves, so we'll see how this night ends up between the two of us, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for stopping on by, and thank you for stepping in here. Very much appreciated. Right. And we really want to say thank you for all that you do for high school football and being a part of Your View Arizona and our coverage here all season long.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
All right, Steve Maston from Batteries Plus Bulbs. Halftime continues here from Chandler High School. Coming up next, first half highlights and stats. Stay right where you are. You're watching Game Time on Your View Arizona.
Shopping online takes all of the hassle out of buying a car. And thanks to our redesigned website, Larry H. Miller Dealerships has made online car shopping even easier. One click shows you every vehicle for sale in the state. Estimate your payments and find a plan that works for you. Learn everything about the vehicle with a Carfax vehicle history and get the real value for your trade. Then stop by the dealership and pick up your new vehicle. Say hello to the future of car shopping at Larry H. Miller Dealerships. Online at lhmauto.com. Driven by you.
What is Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas? We are a true Arizona original, serving carefully prepared, authentic Sonoran-style cuisine since 1983. We are time-honored family recipes using only the freshest ingredients. Good fun, a family place, a gathering place. We are happy faces and happy hours. We are your new favorite neighborhood hangout. Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas.
Phoenix Children's Medical Moments.
Scoliosis is a curvature of the spine. With the magnitude of the surgery, you really get to know these families, and I've been doing it long enough where I've got kids bringing me their kids, which, you know, makes you feel really young. By the first day after surgery, we're getting them up and getting them walking. Fortunately, most kids that come into my office that truly have scoliosis never need surgery. The most rewarding part is when you've changed somebody's life for the better.
Busy. That's life for you. So while you get to it, we're going non-stop to keep you running. No running around. For new key fobs, plus your neighborhood's largest selection of batteries plus bulbs. Plus, if your phone needs fixing, we do that too. Know-how, right now. That's our specialty. Stop by Batteries Plus Bulbs for screen repair, key fob programming, battery replacement, and more. Learn more at batteriesplus.com.
It's halftime here at Chandler High School, and the Wolves lead the Perry Pumas by a score of 49-28. Time now for the Barrow Neurological Institute halftime highlights. Parents learn the signs and symptoms of concussion at barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion. And it's Day Hunter getting things going for Chandler.
You're running back by committee between Hunter and Eli Sanders, both taking turns, making big runs against this Perry defense. Talked about the three missing offensive line starters. Backup stepped in, had themselves a heck of a first half. Chuba Purdy shows as pretty a football as we're going to see in the state of Arizona. Battling his tail off here in the first half to try and keep this Perry offense in the game. Nwankwo right up the middle.
And it's Eli Sanders getting things going again for the Wolves. One of his 4 touchdowns in the first half.
Remember, there were 49 points scored by Chandler, 28 by Perry here in the first half. Touchdown catch there by Eli Sanders.
And then it's Chuba Purdy finding Young for the score, but the Wolves answer right back. He's the junior quarterback, Mikey Keene, on the run to Jalen Richmond, and there's just no slowing down that Chandler Wolves offense. Step aside for a quick break. Second half kickoff when we come back. You're watching Game Time on Your View Arizona.
My name is Javier Cardenas. I'm the director of the Barrow Concussion and Brain Injury Center here at Barrow Neurological Institute. We're very fortunate to have a comprehensive team here at the Barrow Concussion and Brain Injury Center. We have a team of neuropsychologists who can analyze the thinking aspects. We have a psychiatrist who can address the mood problems. And we have neurologists to address those physical symptoms associated with concussion. We also have a team of therapists to address balance issues, vision issues, and thinking issues in a neurological rehabilitation format. If you suspect a concussion in your athlete on the field, immediately remove them. The message, when in doubt, sit them out. Second, it's never too early to go in and see a healthcare professional about this particular injury. Also, tell the teacher, tell others at the school. That way they know how to adapt to the issues that your student is having. For more information about concussion, visit barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion.
Here's what you've been waiting for. Arrowhead Honda's state-of-the-art showroom is now open. We're bigger, better, and ready to deal. Check out these offers.
Lease a 2019 Honda Civic LX Sedan CVT for just $89 a month. Or a 2019 Honda Accord LX CVT for only $139 a month.
So come on down and check out our brand new showroom. Find your new car at Arrowhead Honda at Bell Road and the 101.
Big O Tires and the D-backs have teamed up to keep you safe and deliver Major League fun. It's the Check Your Air, Score a Pair promotion. Stop into any participating Big O Tires for a free air pressure check, and you'll receive a voucher for 2 D-backs tickets to select games. Proper inflation improves tire performance, slows tire wear, saves gas, and gets you home safe. So remember, check your air, score a pair. Big O Tires and the D-backs, the teams you trust.
No guts, no glory. There are no second chances. This is Monster Jam. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Tickets start at $15. Coming to State Farm Stadium October 5th. See it live and bring the whole family.
Well, Chubba Purdy and this Perry team has got their work cut out for them. They're going to get back into this one. They trail Chandler by a score of 49-28. Nice first half offensively for the Pumas. Defensively, not so much. Not able to slow down Mikey Keene and that Wolves offense, and they will have the ball to start the second half. And fielding the kick out of bounds is Baron Miles for Chandler. So the Wolves will start from their own 25-yard line.
And you just wonder what adjustments you can make if you're Perry. You know, you go in there, you are trying to make adjustments during that first half. Both these teams have all the that's what, a 50-inch TV down there on Chandler's sideline.
At least.
Perry has things like that. You try and make adjustments. You have a little more time at halftime. It's interesting to see what Perry does differently to try and slow down this Chandler offense.
It's pretty much the same old story, Chandler and Perry, as it's been. As Day Hunter, big run to get things started here in the second half. But, you know, we touched on it off the top. These two teams have met 9 times since 2013. The Wolves have won each and every one. And that dominance from the Wolves just continues.
You're just not going to win many battles in the open field against these running backs. I mean, you do your best, but boy, they are so athletic. Cade Lacey out in open field, going to be really difficult to get Hunter on the ground.
And there's Hunter again. They cannot get him on the ground on this one. He is gone for the score. Day Hunter, the 52-yard run for the score. And just like he did in the first half, 52-yard touchdown run.
Just outside zone. Lineman getting a hat on a hat, running through arm tackles. Now coming into this game, Perry defensive coordinator Todd Rogers knew they had to play assignment football and they need to tackle. And you can talk about it and you can try and emulate it during practice during the week, but your guys aren't quite as good as Day Hunter, Eli Sanders, and Mikey Keene.
So Day Hunter, his third touchdown of the game. His second one that has gone for 52 yards. And the Wolves have doubled up on the Pumas. They lead 56-28. You're watching Game Time on Your View, Arizona.
If you think it's hot now, think again. We'll be shattering the century mark before you know it. And if your AC isn't ready for the summer, this year, you need to rethink your AC service. Whether you have an AC emergency, are experiencing hot rooms, or high utility bills, or your current system has seen its final days, Rias delivers guaranteed solutions. Call for your free home energy performance evaluation today. Rethink your home's comfort and energy efficiency with Rias, where they always say, it's hard to stop a train. Visit Rias.com.
Here's what you've been waiting for. Arrowhead Honda's state-of-the-art showroom is now open. We're bigger, better, and ready to deal. Check out these offers.
Lease a 2019 Honda Civic LX Sedan CVT for just $89 a month. Or a 2019 Honda Accord LX CVT for only $139 a month.
So come on down and check out our brand new showroom. Find your new car at Arrowhead Honda at Bell Road and the 101.
Arrowhead Honda is supporting our schools, and they want to support you with your next vehicle. Whether you're a graduate, football mom, or grandparent, they've got the car for you. Contact Arrowhead Honda for amazing prices on new and used Civics, Accords, Pilots, CRVs, and the all-new Passport. And mention high school football or visit arrowheadhonda.com. Big O Tires is the team you trust. Get the Big O Tires experience at bigotires.com. And Day Hunter and this Chandler offense picks up right where they left off from the first half. As we see that Big O Tires scoring drive. 2 plays, 75 yards, 31 seconds. And it's the 52-yard touchdown run by Hunter. Getting it done.
And making it look pretty easy. As you mentioned during the break, I mean, this Chandler team, unless it beats itself with turnovers and silly penalties, it's going to be really, really difficult to play with.
Holdridge with the return for Perry. And it's really been that way for the last few years in terms of that. I mean, the last time that Chandler lost was back in the beginning of September of 2017 when they lost to Mountain Point 24-21. Last time they lost to an Arizona school.
Yeah, Mountain Point was pretty darn good back then.
Yes. Mountain Point as of recently certainly had some bizarre situations happening over there. Purdy's going to keep it. Romney there to stand him up.
As lopsided as this game is, I would be surprised if Chandler did not hear his defense a lot from their defensive coordinator, Andrew Kanaki. Been around here for a while. The coaching staff says that the defense is the strength of this team. And I'm sure, obviously, as you mentioned, giving up 1 touchdown over a few games versus 28 points in the first half, that is unacceptable.
Yeah, coming into this game, the previous 4 games, the starting defense giving up just 1 touchdown. Great job on the coverage there by Travis Roberts. And again, this Wolves defense for the season was giving up just 7.5 points per game.
Travis Roberts, one of those sophomores, 5'9", 160 pounds, makes a great break on the ball. Just instincts. I think they were probably challenged by this coaching staff.
Judging by what we heard from Rick Garrettson there at the half, talking with Haley Stasiak, I'd be surprised if that was the case. Boy, Chubba Purdy to Young. Big pickup for Perry. finally swung down by Gunnar Maldonado, but another big play, Purdy to Young.
What a great throw by Chubba Purdy. Knows there's going to be pressure right in his face, throws off his back foot. The defender for Chandler falls down. You've seen Jordan Young make big play after big play for this Perry football team.
63-yard pickup, Purdy to Young. This Pumas offense, they continue to make big plays. Purdy's going to tuck it. Touchdown, Perry. Chubba Purdy, the 12-yard run. And it looks like the second half is just picked right up where the first half ended.
Did anybody make any adjustments?
Doesn't look that way.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, both teams are really talented offensively. This kid can absolutely do it all.
And for Purdy, that's his second touchdown rushing on the night.
Still a smile on his face.
Extra point is good. Take another look.
Looked like he was thinking about throwing that ball. Little run pass option. Offensive line doing a nice job. Kobe Stanley there, 6'2", 250-pound senior. Lockhart in the middle. Number 69 kind of runs the show for this offense. A leader, great technique, great effort guy.
Here's a look at that Perry scoring drive, brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust. 4 plays, 75 yards, minute and a half off the clock. Purdy punching it in from 12 yards out. It seems like a lot of these scoring drives, too, not a whole lot's come off the clock on them.
You know, they get a lot of first downs, which stops the clock in high school football. They go out of bounds a lot, which stops the clock, obviously, in high school football. And then they score a lot of touchdowns.
(56-35). Chandler still with the big lead. Short kick by McCarthy. Fair catch is made by Bubba Aquin. And we mentioned Sanders has got 4 touchdowns on the night for Chandler, but how about his running mate, Day Hunter? He's been getting some things done as well for the Wolves.
Kid, you talk about tackling. Easier said than done sometimes, especially when you have an athlete like Hunter, 5'10", 195 pounds, elusive, strong.
Now it's Eli Sanders' turn. Spins out of a tackle. Picks up a few yards. Just when you think you've got him.
It's got to be frustrating. I mean, you see Jackson Ford there. He's committed to Princeton, the 6'1", 210-pound senior. Leads this Perry Puma defense. Tackles 49, 3 sacks, and 4 tackles for losses coming into the game.
And now Nicholas Nesbitt, the first time we've had an opportunity to call his name here tonight, gets the carry. Tackle is made by Ryan Short.
You know, that is one of the things about you come to Chandler High School and somebody else comes in and your playing time might go down just a little bit.
To the right, Sanders breaks through the line, off to the races. Eli Sanders finally gets knocked out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Tackle is made by Kobe Rome, but another big pickup here for the Wolves and Sanders.
Really nice job by that offensive line. They love to run that outside zone. Talked about offensive line coach Chris Chick. He's at Saguaro before he came over to Chandler, part of all these state championships. Offensive line doing a really nice job, even with 3 backups in.
Pick up a 41 for Sanders. Hunter. Touchdown, Wolves. Day Hunter with the 16-yard touchdown run.
Is 100 points out of the realm of possibility? Has any high school team in Arizona scored 100 points?
I wouldn't, maybe in the lower levels. I can't imagine it at the big school level, though. Well, Chandler has scored a touchdown every single time they've had the ball. They have yet to be stopped.
You look at these kids, I mean, Day Hunters, see him pick and peck his way through, and not going to arm tackle him, but him, Eli Sanders, not even breathing hard. They're just having fun and getting tired watching them run.
I'd be having fun too. The Chandler Big O Tires scoring drive, 4 plays, 70 yards. Just under a minute off the clock, capped off by the 16-yard touchdown run by Day Hunter. For more on him, let's send it down to Haley on sidelines.
Well, guys, when Day Hunter arrived in Arizona, it was the middle of July, and he told me earlier this week that it was horrible. He had never run in 110-degree heats, and he was very shocked by what it felt like. But now the Arizona temperatures are cooling down, and Hunter is heating up. I asked him what he's learned about himself since he arrived here at Chandler. He told me that he's really learned about his potential that he has. He's garnering a lot more attention. He's even got some attention from ASU, as you guys have talked about. His recent visit to ASU was with former Chandler head coach Sean Aguano, and he talked to Aguano about the culture here at Chandler and how it's all about Ohana. And he said this Chandler team has really embraced him, and he really feels a part of brotherhood.
Thanks so much, Haley. And with the way Day is running, I think the Chandler offense has really embraced Mr. Hunter.
Yeah, you get embraced when you're as good as Hunter. Very quickly, very easily. Eli Sanders, I'm sure he's embraced very quickly.
Talking with Chandler head coach Rick Gerritsen, he said, when the players come here to Chandler, they are allowed to try out for whatever position they want to try out at, and they will give them that opportunity to do that. And then if it's not working out, they will move them somewhere else, but they do give them the choice where they want to go. You got all these guys lined up at running back. It's Brock Lane, the big play here for the Pumas. And they're just, all these guys want to play running back, and they're all getting some minutes and some carries. They're just so deep at that position.
Really nice job rolling out to your right. You call this the oh-no screen. You got bevy of blockers in front of you. Brock Lane able to pick up the first down, takes a big hit at the end of the run from Malik Reed from behind.
Maldonado get a shot in there as well. Pass is complete to Matthew McGrain.
Another one of those tight ends. Perry offense continues to move the ball. As you said during halftime, Chubba Purdy having himself one heck of a football game against a very proud defense that has given up an average of 7.6 points per game.
Not used to giving up 35 points. Still midway through the third quarter, but then again, they don't see too many quarterbacks like Chubba Purdy, as Purdy takes a hit late and a penalty flag comes in.
I think they're going to get Tate Romney for helmet-to-helmet contact.
Did you see Purdy, though, pop up with a big old smile on his face? He's having himself some fun out there. You can still see him smiling away.
Design quarterback draw. You pull the offensive lineman. You know, at the end of the day, you're frustrated if you're Chandler. You're happy if you're Perry. That's the rule. Don't have to like the rule. They enforced the rule, trying to make a very violent game safe.
Ready to keep it. Kyler Orr in on the tackle. Just a junior, 6'1", 205.
I mean, you look at their two of their three outside linebackers, Tate Romney and Malik Reed. Reed going to Wisconsin. And talk about Tate Romney and deciding between a bunch of really good schools, Nebraska, Oregon, Utah, ASU.
Jordan Young, nowhere to go. Tate Romney. You mentioned the schools that he's got some offers from. He's got, don't forget, his older brothers, Baylor and Gunner. Baylor a quarterback and Gunner a wide receiver, both of them at BYU. And Tate's got an offer from them as well.
Said neat if Baylor would have went to Baylor.
That would have been nice.
You name your kid where you want him to go to school. USC Harris.
SMU Hellestray. Sweet. And timeout on the field. We'll take it as well. 5:59 remaining here, third quarter. Chandler up big over Perry, 63-35. Big Premier Region matchup. You're watching Game Time on Your View, Arizona.
What is Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas? We are a true Arizona original, serving carefully prepared, authentic Sonoran-style cuisine since 1983. We are time-honored family recipes using only the freshest ingredients. Good fun, a family place, a gathering place. We are happy faces and happy hours. We are your new favorite neighborhood hangout. Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas.
Phoenix Children's Medical Moments.
Every patient that I see, they want to get back in the game. We are the leading group in the state that takes care of dedicated pediatric sports medicine patients. I get kids back to doing what they love to do. They want an advantage to get them back, whether that be a week sooner, a day sooner, a month sooner, whatever it is. Going to a place that is pediatric focused will give you that advantage.
Young athletes' bodies are a work in progress, and their care requires a different approach. Phoenix Children's Sports Medicine has nationally recognized physicians and therapists who get young athletes back to doing what they love fast. Make an appointment today. Visit phoenixchildrens.org. Rias Air Conditioning and Home Performance. It's time to rethink your AC company. Remember, it's hard to stop a train. And it is also difficult to stop this Chandler Wolves offense here tonight.
Well, stop both offenses.
True.
You kind of focused in on Chandler's offense, but you know, this Perry offense, 35 points. We've still got half the third quarter left, an entire fourth quarter, and they've got 35 points, and they're driving again.
And that is certainly something this Wolves defense is not used to this season.
I just love the way Chuba Purdy competes. You saw him smiling. He's taking some big hits tonight and made some big throws and big plays, and looks like he just has a blast playing the game, which is what you love to see.
He's got a fun personality, according to area coach Preston Jones. And directing traffic, broken up, intended receiver was Holdridge, but making the play for the Wolves is Terry Bird, the senior.
Ball a little bit unthrown. Bird able to make up and get in front of that pass. Purdy again throwing on the run, directing traffic. If he could have gotten a little bit more on that ball, possibly it would have been complete.
So that's going to bring up 4th down and 10 for Perry. Ball at the Chandler 27-yard line. Purdy trying to buy some time. Thinks about running it. Now he does. He gets knocked out of bounds just shy of the 20-yard line. And the Pumas are going to turn it over on downs, and the Wolves defense gets a stop.
Not for lack of effort. Purdy knew where he had to get to, just too many dark jerseys running at him to be able to pick up the 10 yards.
Purdy came into tonight's game leading all of 6A in total yards. 2,002 yards that was coming into tonight's game. Passing and rushing combined. Pitch left side. Eli Sanders once again as the penalty flag comes down. Zach Erdman says holding is the call against the Wolves. And check that. Jaheim Brown-Taylor with the carry, number 8. His first carry of the night. Oh, by the way, just another running back that Chandler has. He was the state champion in the 100 meters in 2018. Ball is loose. And able to come up with the recovery. And it is Brown-Taylor.
Looked like there was a little mix-up with Mikey Keene on the handoff.
Second and 16. Keene steps up. He's going to run it. And the tackle is made by Alex Adjirian.
Well, the way they run the football, I don't think there's any down and distance that's not a running down for Chandler.
Well, they came in averaging 9.5 yards a carry on the ground as a team. Twin receivers stacked to each side. King, middle of the field. Incomplete. And just as Chandler's defense came up with a stop, now it's the Pumas defense that stops Chandler for the first time tonight. And we got 4:20 remaining here in the third quarter. So, Drew Peterman ends a punt. Hank Pepper with the snap for Chandler. It's adrenaline-charged family entertainment. Monster Jam returns to State Farm Stadium tomorrow. Tickets are still on sale if you want to get out there.
You mentioned a pretty good crowd on hand tonight. 2 weeks of fall break.
That's what they get out here. The first week was this week, and they're also off next week as well. So,
I take it the football team doesn't get to go on vacation?
Oh, no. There's work to be done. Too much work to be done. Purdy just gets rid of it. He knows when to take his chances, and he knows when to get rid of it.
I don't quite understand the year-round school schedule. But I'd imagine that's 2 weeks in the fall, 2 weeks in the spring, and
summer they go to school, but they take like something like a week or 2 weeks off. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's a 12 months deal.
It's nice to see this many families and kids still
Yes.
here watching football on a Friday night.
Yes. Big rivalry game. You're in town, you want to be here. Boy, Chava Party did all he could to give Grant Speaker a chance, but boy, hot on his heels was Zion Magale.
5 sacks coming into the game. Great motor for this Chandler defense. I'm sure he's frustrated, saying, how can I not catch this guy?
Almost got there. Check out all the grass in his hair. That's going to be fun getting that out after the game. I wonder when the last time was he got a little trim, a little haircut.
Maybe never.
It's possible. It's pretty long.
Oh, and I'd give to have hair.
Back in the day, Mr. Illustrate. And that pass will go out of bounds. Bring it 4th down.
Yeah, I think you can see this Perry offense, and they're moving the ball fine when they stay in their offense. But when they just start dropping back and chucking the ball down the field every down, has not been very effective for them tonight.
Purdy having a little conversation with his head coach, Preston Jones. And wide receiver, Bryce Holdridge. And Perry's going to punt this one away. And it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, it looks like, against Perry. Delay of game is the call.
I think they're looking for a roughing the passer penalty over there on Chubba Purdy.
There's Carter Dicker with the punt. It's going to roll inside the 20-yard line before the ball gets down. There's a look there. Carter Dicker. It's off a nice punt there.
75.
See that too often with your punter.
6 foot, 165-pound junior.
And again, we've also seen this season with Green Creek and Trey Reynolds, a starting middle linebacker and quarterback. We've seen some different things here this season. Day Hunter, boy, he's just tough to bring down. First down for Day. It looked like he dragged about half that defense.
Still looking fresh as a daisy. Yeah, Chubba Purdy's a guy who probably could play quarterback, middle linebacker if it wasn't quite here at the 6A level. People wonder where his nickname came from. His first birthday, he was 32 pounds.
At which point his parents nicknamed him Chubba, and it stuck. His given name is Preston.
It's not such a bad name.
No. But when you're 32 pounds, a year old.
He obviously outgrew the baby fat.
Yes, he did. I just love his demeanor, too. He's still having a good time, smiling, trying to keep the guys upbeat. And those are just great qualities you love to see out of your leader and your quarterback. As we see Mikey Keene take off Chandler's quarterback and pick up a first down. And Chandler head coach Rick Garrettson he could not say enough great things about the leader that Mikey Keene is, even as a junior, first-year starting quarterback. He has got complete control of this team, as there's a timeout on the field with 2:25 remaining. And that's no small task. And that's, you know, you're taking over for Jacob Conover, who was one of the greatest winners ever here in the state of Arizona at the big school level. Let's now take a look at this Chandler schedule. And remember, their first home game wasn't until last week against Desert Ridge. And they hit the road again after this, off to Brophy, and then Basha, and then Tucson, and then finally back home again. And let's take on their other big rival, the battle for Arizona Avenue, the Hamilton Huskies. And that is a much, much, much improved Hamilton Husky team. And Mike Zadebski's done a fantastic job from year 1 to year 2 with that Husky program. Coming out of the timeout, Keene on the move, looking down the field as a receiver, catch is made. Beautiful throw and beautiful catch by Keon Graves.
Yeah, they had two 300-pound offensive linemen 8 yards down the field. That ball's got to come out a lot quicker than this. It's supposed to come out right now. Look at the offensive lineman down the field.
So the penalty flag was thrown. And there was the call. Ineligible player or players down the field.
Can't hide 600 pounds.
It's hard. It's hard.
Run pass option, RPOs. Those are supposed to come out 1.5, 2 seconds, so those offensive linemen aren't downfield. You hang on to the ball any longer than that, you're kind of forced to run the football or take a penalty.
First down and 15 now. Nesbitt with the carry. Gets to the outside, gets knocked out of bounds by Jackson Ford. Nicholas Nesbitt, he finished second place in the long jump state championships in track this past spring. Jumped 22 feet, 7.5 inches.
When you wonder what goes through a kid's mind like Nicholas Nesbitt, you know, almost 400 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns coming into the game, and now you got Eli Sanders taking up a lot of those carries.
And Sanders with the carry there. Gets brought down by Adam Knowles. That's a great point. I mean, you really got to be a great team as we got a penalty flag down, and the teammates, the camaraderie you got to have to be able to be willing to share the playing time, share the carries.
Well, there could be enough of things for that coaching staff to focus on this week and still maintain. Most coaches don't mind a couple things going wrong with a victory, because a way to keep your kids focused throughout the season.
Keep your thumb on them a little bit. Under 2 minutes remaining, third quarter. Over the middle, catches made by Graves. Still on the move, Keon Graves. And he is gone for the touchdown. Penalty flag is down, though.
I think it's going to be roughing the passer.
And you got it. So the touchdown for the Chandler Wolves. 63 yards. Mikey Keene to Keon Graves. And remember, Graves is just a sophomore.
Boy, it makes it look really, really easy. Nice stride to him. 6 foot, 165 pounds. He looks taller than that.
Has offers from ASU, U of A, NAU, and Kansas. Extra point is good by Peterman. Freeman's older brother, Cash, he was the kicker here 2 years ago for Chandler. He's now on an LDS Church mission, and he'll be kicking for the BYU Cougars. Keon Gray's making it look easy.
Well, go back to that play, comes untouched. You know, it's one of those things to where if it's your team, it really bothers you. But if that's your quarterback, you think that is roughing the passer. And that was Ryan Short who came in untouched. A mental mistake by that offensive line for Chandler. They able to get rid of the ball and decline the penalty.
Here's Chandler's Big O Tires scoring drive. 7 plays, 82 yards. 2:12 off the clock.
I'm sorry, it wasn't declined of the penalty. You got to roll it over to the kickoff. Interesting to see what Chandler does here. I'd be very tempted to onside kick.
This will be the second time they've kicked off from Perry's 45-yard line. First one they kicked deep. They'd like to kick it deep once again. Serving up authentic Sonoran-style Mexican food since 1983. Visit Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas, 3 locations around the valley. Valle Luna, proud supporters of scholar athletes in Arizona. Larry H. Miller is proud to support Arizona high school football, driven by you. And remember, we got that Valle Luna just a couple miles away from here, over on Ray Road in Dobson. Been to that location a couple of times. Great spot. Got a lake there by the patio. So the Wolves have doubled up on the Pumas here, late third quarter. I'm not sure they're going to get that 100 points you were wondering about earlier.
You do realize we've got a whole nother quarter.
I do. Birdie, right side, Holdridge just overthrows the senior wide receiver. So Perry came into tonight's game ranked number 8 in the 6A rankings. Boy, Holdridge gave it all he could.
Well, on the other end, Trevor Purdy took a pretty big hit after he let go of the ball, and those Chandler defensive line. Gonna get their roughing the passer penalty here.
So that'll be another 15 yards. Trevor Purdy's sure taking his fair share of hits, but he hangs in there. He is one tough player.
And obviously there's been a few against Perry. They've been kind of lobbying for one. And took that extra step, and Brandon Buckner.
First down and 10 at midfield for Perry. Take another shot. Holdridge, check that, not Holdridge this time. Coming up to make the catch is number 88. Zachary Eckstein hauling that one in. Eckstein, 6'2", 175, junior receiver.
Catching the snap with one hand, trying to draw the safety over to Purdy's left, come back to the right. Nice throw, great catch. Continue to move the ball on this Chandler defense.
A pickup of 43 yards. Purdy to Eckstein. The clock winds down here in the third quarter. Purdy's going to keep it. Get brought down by Malik Reed near the 5. And the final seconds tick off here in the third quarter. And the Chandler Wolves with the lead, 70-35. And we still have one more quarter to go here at Chandler High School. The Wolves 70, the Pumas 35. Fourth quarter. When we come back, you're watching Game Time on Your View, Arizona.
Monster Jam, where it's winner takes all. There are no second chances, no guts, no glory. See Grave Digger, Megalodon, and more compete for the championship. Experience adrenaline-charged family entertainment. This is Monster Jam. Presented by official partners America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses and BKT Tires. Tickets start at $15. Coming to State Farm Stadium October 5th. Lock in your seats today.
Are you ready for all the football, all the time, in a season that never ends? Well, these 6 planes are ready. This grandpa's ready. The fans are ready. The teams are ready. Are you ready?
Sands fans, time is running out to submit your story and enter for a chance to win a new car. Tell us why you're a Sands fan at sandsfan.com today.
Busy. That's life for you. So while you get to it, we're going non-stop to keep you running. No running around. For new key fobs, plus your neighborhood's largest selection of batteries plus bulbs. Plus, if your phone needs fixing, we do that too. Know how? Right now. That's our specialty. Power up at your local Batteries Plus bulb store or at batteriesplus.com for all your power needs. Yes, all of them.
Parents, learn the signs and symptoms of concussion at barrelneuro.org/concussion discussion. Power up at your neighborhood Batteries Plus bulb store or at batteriesplus.com. Get 15% off all automotive batteries online through the month of September. We get ready to start the fourth quarter here. Chandler High School, and it has been a shootout. The Wolves leading the Perry Pumas by a score of 70-35. And a good look here at 2 of the top players in the state, showing some respect to one another. Perry quarterback Chubba Purdy, and then you've got Chandler outside linebacker Malik Reed, sharing a little love there for one another.
What a great smile on Purdy.
You can see why he'd be such a great leader for your team.
Well, what I love is he chose Louisville. He had a chance to play Louisville early in his career, a lot like his brother.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, Ames, Iowa. That's where Iowa State is, right? Ames?
It is. You are correct.
Fun. Been there for a game once or twice. Fun atmosphere for a football game. And it's gorgeous until about November.
Then it's time to get out. It's probably a little chilly.
That's why all those winter visitors come from Iowa. Visit us in the winter months.
Snowbirds. Boy, Purdy is in trouble. It breaks free. Chubba Purdy diving for the pylon. Touchdown. What a terrific play by Chubba Purdy. Breaking away from that Chandler pressure. Then it was a race for the pylon. Purdy gets the dive and the touchdown.
Well, and that was just all on him. This is a design quarterback draw. Chandler made sure they plugged up the middle, Purdy rolling out to his right, by a little extra time, and then dashed to the left, dove for the end zone. Got that ball across the goal line.
Extra point is good by McCarthy. So it's Chubba Purdy finding the end zone once again. His third touchdown run of the game. Diving for the pylon and gets it. Chandler still up big though. 70-42, early fourth quarter. We'll be right back right here on Game Time, Your View, Arizona.
Tonight's play of the game is brought to you by Rias. It's time to rethink your AC company. Check out yourview.com for more in-depth high school football coverage from around the country.
I'm Tim Tonkin of Phillips Law Group. If you've been injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident and are hesitant to contact a lawyer, can I share something with you? I've never met anyone who wants to be in a lawsuit. No one wants to go to trial, and the insurance company is counting on just that. Do you know the best way to avoid the courtroom? Hire a lawyer the insurance company knows will go there if they don't do the right thing. Call me at 602-222-2222 or find us online at phillipslaw.com.
You're watching Game Time on YourView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out yourview.com.
The Game Time delivery of the game is brought to you by Mitchell Management's Jimmy John's. Whether ordering just one sandwich or catering your entire Game Time viewing party, Jimmy John's has freaky fast delivery. Jimmy John's, because sandwich. Tell you what, Chubba Purdy has certainly impressed here tonight against the Chandler defense that came in with high marks, but the Perry quarterback, he's had himself a nice night.
He's been facing a relentless pass rush, some blown assignments up front, came in completing 61% of his passes, had 62 carries for 425 yards and 9 touchdowns, continues to add on to that total. Refuses to be tackled, continues to have fun. Let's go over there and watch his highlights on the big screen TV.
What's not fun about that? Take a look at that Big O Tires scoring drive for Perry. 7 plays, 80 yards, 2:25 off the clock. He's now got 3 rushing touchdowns on the night. Squib kick is recovered by Baron Miles. Wolves will have the ball at their own 36-yard line.
I think when it's all said and done, in another 11 minutes and 5 seconds, there's got to be some records set offensively tonight.
You would think. Just checked some scores here from Chandler earlier this season. This is the most points they've scored this year. Previous high was 63 at Mesa. Ball is loose. Perry recovers. And coming up with it for the Pumas is number 54, Stephen Kennedy, the sophomore, making the play.
Still hanging around. Let's see this snap. A little bit to his right, but that's one that Mikey Keene needs to come up with. Just like that. And Nesbitt saying, hey, you're taking away my carries. Got people in the truck saying that's the center's fault. Absolutely not. Not a chance.
You linemen, each center stick together.
When do you want to play one on Mason Wiggins?
got a new quarterback for the Perry Pumas. And it is going to be Dane White, 5'10", 185-pound junior.
Well, let's hope it's just precautionary, it's exhaustion, it's something like that, and not an injury to Chuba Purdy.
Milwaukee with the carry, and there is nowhere to go. Quinn with the tackle. There's a good look at Purdy right there.
Again, without that threat, see Magale, 6'3", 220 pounds. Great motor for this Chandler defense.
So we got 3rd down and 7 for the Pumas. Chandler 27. Milwaukee with the carry, nowhere to go.
Oh, it's amazing what the difference that number 12 can make for your football team. Sometimes you just take a guy like him for granted when you see him down after down, series after series, and no slight on Dane White. You see the stats coming into the game, 5 of 6, 62 yards.
But yeah, when you got Chuba Purdy, you got to worry about not only him throwing the ball, but running the ball as well. At a very high level. White finds the receiver, catch is made. And it's a 1st down for Perry. Making the catch is Cade Veach, 6'7", 225-pound tight end.
What a nice big target, slant route. They've been completing those passes all night, slants or posts against this Chandler defense.
Milwaukee with the carry. There's just nowhere to go against that Chandler defensive front. As we take a look at number 90, Joseph Hoyt, the junior, 6'4", 230.
Nice defensive end, defensive tackle.
Loss of 1 on the play. White looking, finds the receiver once again. Making the catch for the Pumas. And this time it's 88.
Zachary Eckstein, nice job catching the ball over the middle. These wide receivers for Perry, not afraid to go up in traffic and catch the ball, concentrate on the football and bring it in.
So nice little drive here with Perry and Dane White at quarterback. Trying to punch it in for the touchdown. And they do. This time it's Cade Veach. Hauls in the 3-yard pass for the score. And how about Dane White? Checks in at quarterback and tries the Pumas down for the score.
Really nice job. Taking advantage of the defense, forcing a turnover. Marching it down, scoring a touchdown.
And the extra point is up and it is good. So 7:24 remaining here in the game. And Perry has scored back-to-back touchdowns, but they still trail by 21. Wolves lead 70-49. Cade Veach going up high and bringing it down.
Shopping online takes all of the hassle out of buying a car. And thanks to our redesigned website, Larry H. Miller Dealerships has made online car shopping even easier. One click shows you every vehicle for sale in the state. Estimate your payments and find a plan that works for you. Learn everything about the vehicle with a Carfax vehicle history and get the real value for your trade. Then stop by the dealership and pick up your new vehicle. Say hello to the future of car shopping at Larry H. Miller Dealerships. Online at lhmauto.com. Driven by you.
If you think it's hot now, think again. We'll be shattering the century mark before you know it. And if your AC isn't ready for the summer, this year, you need to rethink your AC service. Whether you have an AC emergency, are experiencing hot rooms, or high utility bills, or your current system has seen its final days, Rias delivers guaranteed solutions. Call for your free home energy performance evaluation today. Rethink your home's comfort and energy efficiency with Rias, where they always say, it's hard to stop a train. Visit Rias.com.
Come try my really big chicken sandwich combo with 2 patties for $3.99, or 3 for $4.99, or 4 for $5.99.
That's an amazing deal, Jack.
Thanks, Stanley.
Ow. Wait, what's happening?
Stanley, you're deflating.
Hold me, Jack.
Only a Jack in the Box.
7:24 remaining fourth quarter. Chandler leading Perry by a score of 70-49. Pumas with back-to-back touchdowns, but they still trail by 21. Check out tonight's Rias cool play of the game. Rias, it's time to rethink your AC company, and it's the Day Hunter 70-yard touchdown run, which seems like happened like 5 hours ago.
It did. You could pick any one of Day Hunter's runs. 52-yard run, a 70-yard run, another 52-yard run.
Hunter and this entire Chandler offense has had a terrific night, and there's our guy right there. Good thing he's not shy.
I don't understand these new mouthpieces either. Kind of make me claustrophobic.
They go with some pretty interesting designs these days, to say the least. It's Darren Miles there handling the kickoff. And if I'm not mistaken, it looked like Day Hunter's mouthpiece looked like it was the state flag of Colorado. I think it has something to do with Colorado, the design.
You know what the state flag of Colorado looks like?
I've seen those colors before, and I've seen that design. I think that's what that was. Nesbitt up the middle, big run there by the junior.
They just come at you in waves.
Man.
I give credit to that offensive line. Obviously, these running backs are really, really talented, but you know, 3 backups stepping in and opening up holes for all 3 of them to run through.
Nesbitt 5'8", 170. Easy for him to hide behind that big offensive line. But then he's past you before you even knew he was there. Nesbitt again breaking through. Penalty flag comes down this time. Early indication is holding against Chandler.
Can't hear him, but you can read his lips. That's number 68, Pedro Ramirez. One of those backup guys getting a lot of playing time, 6'1", 270-pound senior. But yeah, I mean, we've obviously sing the praise of these running backs, but that offensive line coached by Chris Chick, Castro, Ramirez, Winkleman, Magale, and Sione Hingano.
And 3 of those guys are not regular starters for the Wolves. just after seeing Nesbitt for a couple carries, we see another running back for Chandler. This time it is Rodney Clemente, 5'10", 170-pound junior.
Again, just running that wide zone, getting a hat on a hat, letting your running back decide where he wants to go, ducks inside, draws the defensive linebackers to him, and goes outside.
Must be nice when you go 5 deep at running back. We're going to have a timeout on the field.
Yeah, it looked like Perry only had 10 guys out on the field and had a hard time stopping with 11.
Plenty of talent on this Chandler Wolves team this year. Two-time defending state champions, and there's been a few guys coming through Chandler over the years. You got Cameron Jordan with the Saints. Brett Hundley made his way over here to the Cardinals. Deion Jordan, N'Keal Harry, yet to see the field for the Patriots, but a first-round pick for New England. We got Paul Perkins, longtime running back for the Giants, now up in Detroit.
Well, kids see that and makes Chandler a destination spot.
We had Swirl a couple weeks ago, and SaberCats have 3 players that play for the Cardinals. DJ Foster, Christian Kirk, Byron Murphy. Clemente with the carry inside the 10-yard line. Another first down for the Wolves. And we got penalty flags flying in from every direction late. We'll test your lip reading skills once again. Get any pointers from your daughter for this?
Our resident speech pathologist?
Yes. Let's see what the call is from Zach Erdman. So personal fouls, both sides, they offset. Didn't get the jersey numbers though.
Did not get the jersey numbers.
First game for both teams in Premier Region play. And that is a region that's absolutely loaded. You got these two teams. You got Brophy, Hamilton, and Basha. Whatever teams make it into the postseason out of here, they will be battle tested. Less than 6 minutes remaining here, fourth quarter.
Chandler trying to run the clock a little bit, but they gain so many yards every time they hand the ball off.
It's Clemente this time. He's going to get brought down by Jake Tupen. Tupen, he's part of a triplets at Perry High School. He's got his brother Trenton and another brother Connor.
Triplets, can't imagine it. As a parent.
Have your hands full on that one. Handoff, Nesbitt, touchdown. Nicholas Nesbitt, his 5th touchdown of the season. Nice little move there too by the junior running back. Make his way in for the score.
Big offensive line just continuing to lean on that Perry defense, and great patience from all the Chandler running backs. And then once they make a decision, well, they have an extra gear that most high school running backs don't have.
Extra points up in good. Nesbitt, 6-yard touchdown run. Boy, nice little cut there to find the hole.
Down by that offensive line, finishing blocks. Certainly looked like the center, Mason Winkleman, got a pancake block on that. This ball is run right behind him, the center.
Just under 5 minutes remaining. Nesbitt, the latest Chandler running back to find the end zone here tonight.
Good job.
Take a look at that Chandler Big O Tires scoring drive. 6 plays, 65 yards. Is that right? 26 seconds off the clock? 2:26 off the clock. Got a correction there. 2:26 off the clock. Cleaning off that face shield there. Chandler's offensive lineman.
I'm kind of surprised to see the big guys do that. You sweat, the shield gets all steamed up a little bit.
They've been busy tonight. Paved the way for 11 touchdowns for the Wolves. Offsides on the kickoff for the Wolves. Rick Garrett's in his first year as the head coach for Chandler. Being a long-time assistant coach, most recently offensive coordinator. Did a nice job of keeping this train moving forward here with the Wolves. Kick is going to go out of bounds.
Well, if one of the goals was to cut down on penalties, that's obviously a goal that's not been reached by Chandler.
They will try to continue to reach that goal maybe next week.
Awful sloppy football game for scoring 77 points.
Here's tonight's Arrowhead Honda drive of the game. Arrowhead Honda is supporting our schools. You can find your car and buy online at arrowheadhonda.com.
Richmond just not giving up on the 7-yard touchdown catch. And then just handing the ball off and let those talented running backs do their thing.
Ball is loose. Perry able to hang on to it.
Like a bunch of Perry offensive linemen getting some snaps against this Chandler team. So number 24 for Chandler there. Alfred Smith come up.
Second down and 12. And off once again goes to Cade Wilson. Wilson, 5'11", 195, just a junior.
I think if you're Perry, you can take some good things out of this, especially offensively. You proved you can move the ball and score against just about anybody.
And they've had success with doing that over the years. But it's just the other side of the ball. Have not been able to find a way, no team has really, find a way to slow down Chandler offensively. 4th down and 10 now for the Pumas. And to punt it away. Carter Dicker in the punt. Nice bounce there for Dicker. Inside the 15-yard line. Matthew McGrane there to down the ball, having some fun. Little between the legs toss to the official.
Well, you gotta just absolutely enjoy watching these kids out here enjoying the experience.
We'll see some new faces take the field here offensively for Chandler. It looks like we are. And we got a new quarterback in for Chandler now. Looks to be number 19, Cameron Beard, Jr. Handoff up the middle, big run. Rodney Clemente off to the races for the Wolves. And he is in for the score. Rodney Clemente, 86 yards. And this Chandler offense just continues to roll.
Well, I think, you know, obviously it's not a blowout, but Chandler's just trying to hand the ball off and get this game over with, and Perry's just decided not to tackle him.
86 yards for Rodney Clemente. And that look says it all. From a defensive standpoint for the Pumas, extra point is good by Peterman as we take another look at the run. 86 yards by Clemente.
Obviously going to be able to work on some tackling this week if you're Perry. Nice run by Clemente. I don't think you're going to catch any of these running backs. They get out into the open field.
And there is the Chandler Big O Tires scoring drive. If you want to call it a drive, one play, 86 yards. Rodney Clemente.
And also number 95, Kristen Quinn. Preparing to kick off for Chandler at number 47, Tyler Sullivan.
Boy, this running back group for the Wolves, it's pretty stacked.
They wouldn't have fumbled on that last possession. They'd have been closing in on 100 points.
They've had 4 different running backs score touchdowns here tonight.
I'm firmly convinced when we wake up in the morning there's going to be some records that had to be broken.
Let's take a look now at the upcoming schedule. Copper King at Valley Vista, and there will be a car given away at halftime of that game next week at Valley Vista. And we'll head out west again after that. Ironwood at Centennial, then back out this direction. Campo Verde at Williams Field, and back out west once again for our regular season finale, Chaparral at Liberty.
I heard a rumor from Little Birdie that Rich Reed, our intrepid producer and big wig over at Cox, is sending a helicopter to pick you and I up next week.
That would be awesome if that were to happen. What time should we hit the helipad at? 7 o'clock kick. Gotta get here, about what, 6 maybe? With the helicopter?
About 5:30.
Leave the helipad about 5:30?
Probably a 10-minute ride. Have some snacks on the ride over.
That'd be nice. That would be nice. getting sacked this time for Chandler is Amar Elmore.
Look, as you try and throw the ball, receiver wasn't where he thought he should be.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 22. Pumas push back to their own 8-yard line. White's going to keep it. And it's going to be Elmore once again making the stop.
And not a whole lot of places to go with the football there, trying to keep the clock moving. Trying to groom him and get him ready with some meaningful snaps so he's ready to go next year.
White, just a junior, 5'10", 185. Dicker back out to punt. It's a nice roll once again. This one's going to be down the 39-yard line. Minute remaining here in this one. And this Chandler offense has been very impressive here tonight. 84 points.
No telling how many yards rushing.
A lot. And they've got Mikey Keene back in at quarterback. Take care of the victory formation.
Have to take 2 snaps and explosive offensively. A lot to work on defensively for Chandler. I think you look at Perry, about the same thing. They're explosive offensively. Got a lot of work to do defensively. I know there's some starters out. Played a lot of young guys tonight.
That'll do it. In this Premier Region rivalry game, as Preston Jones and Rick Harrison exchange handshakes and pleasantries. And the Chandler Wolves, the #1 ranked team in the state, and they show everybody why here tonight as they get the win 84-49 over Perry. The Wolves move to 6-0 on the season, while Perry drops to 4-3 on the year. Vae Luna HAT hustle, attitude, and toughness players of the game tonight are the dynamic duo at running back. First off, Day Hunter. He, along with Eli Sanders, they combined for 8 touchdowns on the night.
And both look fresh as a daisy in the 4th quarter. Rotating series, and then when they get a little winded, let's bring in Nicholas Nesbitt. Let him get a couple carries.
Boy, this Wolves offense was clicking on all cylinders here tonight.
Fun to watch them run the ball.
Boy, there's Hunter showing that combination of power and speed, breaking some tackles, all while running away from that Pumas defense. And then Sanders just following the great blocking up front. Boy, they are just fun to watch. They hit you from at every angle. So Day Hunter, Eli Sanders are players of the game. They're both standing by right now with Haley Stasiak. Haley.
Thanks, guys. Well, You make your Wolves debut and you show out. How good does it feel to get back on the field with this team?
It feels amazing. You know, I can't thank the coaches enough for my line. I got the best line in the state and best coaches. They prep us well, and they couldn't prepare us for a better game.
Day. We talked earlier this week about how when you got out to Arizona, you couldn't stand the heat. Temperatures have cooled down, but you are heating up. Another great game for you. What does this one feel like?
It's amazing just to be able to put that many points up on the board, to see everybody happy and smiling that we did it is just great.
All right, guys, congratulations on the win. Christy, I will send it back to you.
Thanks so much, Haley. Congratulations to Eli and